continue the teachings or the submissions of yesterday Saturday, that is last Saturday, but it will be in this new year. I will continue it because I didn't finish it up, the influence of religion. But today I want to make it an interaction. I will open the lines as quick as possible so that people will give their thought. Sometimes when you talk after you listen, we should learn from ourselves, from each other. That is why today the topic for the interaction is, what do you understand by Biafra is our religion? That is the topic of the interactive session, so that when the lines will be opened, you will call in and give me what you understand. Tell to the whole world, teach us what you understand by Biafra is our religion. Because we used to sing it as we used to hear it from Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. We used to sing it as as a hymn always. But many people don't understand what it means. I am telling you, people never think deep or sit down to deeply have a retrospect of the real meaning of Biafra is our religion. Today, I will love to hear your voice, your contribution on what you think, on what you understand by Biafra is our religion. But before that, I will go into some news headlines, some issues of the day. As I was saying, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu has been tortured right from Kenya. Are you hearing me? Right from Kenya. Mazi Jonathan Chinedu was tortured in Kenya. So the result of all this torture with other issues, pressures from people that are coming to lie to him, people that are coming to talk to him inside where he is about money. You understand what I'm saying? All these things are not helping issues. You understand? But we are not, IPOB is not going to tolerate any more court proceeding on Mazi Jonathan Chinedu because we have had it all. Do you remember our HDOS last broadcast? He said it that 15th of December will be the limit of IPOB's patience. And we are not backing down on it. Some people might be saying, sir, they talk, sir. Because some people might be thinking that after that 15th, this and that, no. That is how IPOB. When you are forgotten, when you get home, that is what IPOB is. You understand me? So the way some people are thinking it, that this is a struggle. For your information, this is a struggle of life and death. Are you hearing me? It is not a child's play. It is not what you see on social media, it's a kit making or content creation. People that come, it don't happen, it don't happen. They say this and that in order to obtain much more money from listenership or viewership. This is not what we are doing. We are not in competition. We are not trying to, IPOB is not trying to make you happy, feel happy. For so long, we have been programmed to feel happy, by acting falsehood. Even in our places of worship, in the religions we are, They have been controlling us, manipulating us to feel happy, to feel that, promising something that you can never see, that you don't have proof of, so that you continue behaving as yourself, continue behaving the way they want you to be. I used to give this example. When I was little, only the proposition that, once school closed, I will go holiday in Aba or in Enugu, or anywhere, any city, it will make me behave. Are you hearing me? It's a manipulation. You are going to go during the holiday. You will go to holiday in so place. As a child, you will be fantasizing. Though that is reality, but it's being used in order to manipulate you, so that you will walk out, you will do anything your parents tell you at home. If they tell you go and wash this plate, you waste time. That time my mother will tell, hey, I will cancel your holiday. Hey, I don't even want to hear it. So you will wash that plate and put jara. Anything, it becomes object of manipulation. That is what they have been using on us. And some people think that it is what we are going to be doing in IPOB, to come and tell you that everything is okay, that no. We tell our people the reality, to understand that things is not as easy as you want. Imagine I'm the kind who said so, that the quest for the restoration of Biafra is the most tedious job in this planet Earth, because powerful countries are interested. You want to win yourself, remove the people that are feeding on our miserability, people that are they are stealing our natural resources. Our God-given crude oil is being stolen. As I'm talking, our natural resources are being stolen by countries, very powerful countries, who believe that, look, if Biafra is restored, that these Neanderthals will now start making them to pay money as normal in order to get the oil, something that they are stealing free. The gas, you hear that even cost one of the main causes of the Niger military coup. The gas come from our land in Isombe, in Imo State, the highest deposit, largest gas deposit in Africa, and one of the largest in the whole world is in our land. This is what Europe is trying. They want it free of charge. Almost free of charge. The same way they are stealing Niger uranium. France is stealing Niger uranium. When uranium is being sold, is it 211 euro? Now Niger for each kilo. Now Niger government is getting only less than 1 euro. Less than 1 euro for each kilo. And now you want them to keep quiet when you want to regulate all these things? No, they will fight. That's why they want to control the African population. Are you hearing me? And that is why they come through religion. Because look at the Vice President of America. He came all the way for state visit to African countries, Ghana, Ethiopia, and all the rest. Is it Kenya or other countries? I don't know. The main topic of her visit is legalizing Ndina Pontu. Can you understand? Can't you reason? They want our population to be depleted. Let me tell you for your information, Africa has 54 or 55 countries. Very huge continent. Not what you see in the map. It is more, the way they draw the map of the world. In Africa, when they come to Africa, you make it smaller, and the Europe will be big. Whereas Europe is far less than African continent. The whole of Europe, I'm telling you. But in 54 countries and counting, they have 1.3 billion people. Only the population of India is larger, more than Africa, the whole of Africa. Only the population of China, or one country, is more than the whole of Africa. But they are still maintaining that Africa should, they condemn monogamy, make you not to marry, not to. They sponsor these contraceptives in Africa more than anything, so that our population will be decreasing, so that they have fewer people to contend with, so that we become weak. A continent or not a country. China is more populous than the whole of Africa, but they don't complain of China, do they? India, they don't complain of India, do they? For you to understand the type of quagmire situation that we Africans are, and we need to have another mentality in order to face the reality facing us. That is why we are not trying to restore another African quagmire. No, we want to restore a country that is full of sanitized brains, so that we will face the uphill battle that will be facing us. Do you understand? Because when we have idiots, if we cannot afford to restore a country of idiots that they don't look at why is it, let me ask you, why is it that the pronouncement of Pope concerning LGBT is a problem? It is causing wahala in our land. People are against it. You see Reverend Father defending it. Can you tell me why? Because we have their influence on us. Do you think that a place like Saudi Arabia, do they care? Do they even, they will just be reading it as a news that look at these mad people. It concerns them. Because it never concerned them. In Kuwait, that is not their problem, because they don't have that influence from a foreign religion. Do you understand me? They are doing their thing. But why we are concerned, an order from a pope in Vatican is what is causing wahala in our land. Some say this, some say that, some are defending it, some are, because they still have influence on our land. Are you hearing me? Do you think that a pope's pronunciation have influence in India? They will be reading it as, the way you are reading what is happening in Gaza. It doesn't concern you. It doesn't concern them. But why we are feeling concerned is that we are still under their religious influence. That is why we preach for us independence of, spiritual independence or spirituality. Independence of spirituality. So that it doesn't matter, even if Pope will say they should do this, we will just read it as Indians are reading it as ordinary news. We will just see it and read it as Qatar is reading it. Because that is not their problem. Pope doesn't have influence on, or his command or anything doesn't have influence on them. The Archbishop of Canterbury doesn't have influence on all these countries, because they are doing their thing. Are you hearing me? This is how it should be, to be independent. I want to play this clip again from this man. He's a whistleblower, but listen again. I played it before.
It's called the kiss. In Africa, yes, because there is a policy of the American government. It's called the Kissinger Report.
The policy of America in Africa, the Kissinger Report of 1970s. That is what they are pursuing. Let me tell you, this world, there is no pity in this world. There is no sentiment in this world. It's a world of exploitation. It's a world of when Mugu fall, Gaiman whack. They even want you to be exterminated so that they will have the complete authority in order to vandalize your natural resources, to take over your land. That is why we IPOB, we don't cry, we don't lament. We face our reality and tell it to our people as it is. We don't want to make you feel happy, to feel pleased, we are doing something. No. We say it as it is. Have you forgotten when Mazi Jonathan Chinedu will come over here and start saying that, look, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the police station, that he needs to go and bail him. That is why, this ignorance is why people are being deceived, because they are sentimental. When this thing happened, the episode, what happened? What many of these Neanderthals, even in our movement, or some other mischievous people, they start going for propaganda. They start looking for a scapegoat instead of understanding that, look, this is what has happened. They start listening to propaganda. The DOS has showed him. What the type of people are these? Here we don't paint words, we say it as it is. It's a bitter pill, but it heals. Shut up. But it heals. It heals a lot. We don't want to start telling you what you want to hear. It's like this. We paint words to be politically correct. For how long have we been listening to all this garbage? Where are we today? We are getting from bad to worse, worse to worst. But here we say it as it is. Look at the policy. When you listen to all this, you understand what is happening. The policies of these people, because they want our resources. It is so important to them. How they wish that had they known that these resources are there. For your information, they wouldn't have gone out of Africa physically. I am telling you. But their fight now is more rugged and dangerous. More rugged, because they are in charge of the governments of Africa. They are in charge with their policies, everything. The unseen hands that are handling the people you think that you are electing into office. You see. But you are lying to yourself. Here we don't lie. America wants Africa to be to be exterminated, so that they take over. They will have access, so that no person will be on their front, so that there will be no military coup to challenge them in Niger, so that they will have the whole countries, Western countries, will have their military bases in Niger, free of charge, conducting different types of experiments, human experiments, using human beings as guinea pigs, without challenge. When they come to the media, they will be praising the president, former president of Niger, that is democratic, is respecting democracy, whereas he granted them access of evil with their people. They don't care. The same thing Tinubu is doing. They know that Tinubu is a criminal. He's a hardened drug dealer. He's a criminal. But they allow him to be there. Do you know the reason? For them to be able to use him effectively. And you are seeing what he's doing. You understand? They are using that selfishness, primitive selfishness that is in them, in the mindset of many Neanderthals you call Africans. They are using them. Use it. They are using it effectively. Catching the policy makers, being in charge of policy making in Africa, in Nigerian government, the government of Nigeria, in order to effect what they are doing. Look at America had the largest drone base outside the United States in Niger. France had their military headquarters in Niger. I mean, yes. Spain have, Italy has, other countries have, because Niger has a very vast land. So they give them, conduct anything you want free of charge. As they are, anything they see in the land, they steal, they loot. Now CNN will be praising the president. They will be using the Western media to be praising their puppet, the president, Basum, as a very democratic country. But they always hastily add that, do not forget that Niger is second to the poorest country in the whole world. It's fun to them, but it's democratic. Now, are you going to eat democracy, their Western imposed democracy? Equal, do permutation. Equal the, can you compare the so-called Western imposed democracy they are praising in places like Nigeria? Now compare it to the living standards of the people. Just compare it to the living standards of people. In Nigeria today, in our place, a chicken, a fowl is going to, as they say, from 14, 15 to 20,000 naira today. a fowl. The money you can use to buy up to maybe 4 or 5 in Italy. You understand me? But it's a democracy because they see you as Neanderthals, people that are controllable, manipulable. That is why, because you still harbor that primitive selfishness in you. Don't you see Igbo politicians? Don't you see them? For Hope Uzodinma to be a governor, instead of him not being a governor, let every Imolite perish. And he's ready to do that. He's doing it. That is that primitive Neanderthalic character. Look at the governor of Ondo State that has been in coma. Maybe he died since how many months? But upon sickness, instead of when he was he know that he was incapacitated to resign his resignation letter according to the law, he cannot do it because there are people, cabals around him that are eating, that don't want to give up. They don't care whether everything in the state is being looted. That is not their problem. You see that Africa still lag behind mentally. That is why you have no respect in the streets of Madrid. Anywhere they see black man, you have no respect because they see you as you are. You have no respect in the streets of London, in Canada. As a black person, you are regarded as an ape. Even if they don't tell you, but their character says it loud. Don't you see that? Because you are incapable of building a civilization. Do you understand me? Let me continue playing the plans of America on you. Listen.
Because there is a policy of the American government. It's called the Kissinger Report, which was produced in the mid-70s when Henry Kissinger was involved with the government. And it explicitly states that the purpose of the foreign policy in Africa was to reduce the population. So to give aid to countries in Africa, not clean water and schooling and things like that, but contraception and abortion, in order to shrink the population of Africa because they have a great mineral resource.
Shrink the population of Africa. Don't you see the pronouncement of Pope? And Africa carries it in the head. Do you know the reason? Because they have influence in Africa. Pope's words still have validity in Africa. Do you see all these worries in places like India about the Pope or something? The answer is no. It doesn't concern them. They have their traditional religion, which is Hindu. What about places like Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia? Do they care? They will just be laughing, say no. Do they care? It doesn't concern them. Because they are in charge of their religion. They are using their local values, their local tradition, which is Islam. So no person can give them order. But in faraway Igbo land, you see Igbo reverend fathers defending. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not ashamed? When this type of pronouncement is being made across the Mediterranean, now you start being worried. No, you start defending, and some are against because it affects you. Because they are part of the people controlling your lives in your land. Is it supposed to be? That is why we instituted this decolonization of the mind, which we are doing every Saturday. Discussions on religious matters. We shall never shy away from it. Are you hearing me? So that we become independent, purely independent in the mind, so that we'll be seeing popes talk again as their thing. Now leave them do their. It doesn't affect us. So that if Archbishop of Canterbury gives order, he's not going to affect us because we are doing our thing. And mind you, when I always say that we should be going back to our roots, and people are saying, is he going back to, how do I call them? The mockers, they will always come. Oh, you want us to go and start living in forests? Oh God Almighty. Because you are gullible and stupid. That is the reason. You should be ashamed that you cannot even develop any one thing that our ancestors instituted. You can. This generation is incapable of developing any of them. Are you hearing me? We don't. You know incapability of developing them. Do you see the car Mercedes when it came into being, or Ford, Ford Motors, Louis Ford? All these people, their first cars in whether 18th or 19th century, it looks laughable. You cannot even imagine what it resembles. Are you hearing me? But as time goes on, generations coming, subsequent generations continue contributing to develop it. So the CLK and all that other type of models you are seeing today, Mercedes, in Ford, in every other car, Toyota. But you are all nothing. Who brought here Ete Jebunko? Is it not our ancestors we learn it from? Do you care to develop it, to make it electrical, to make it easier, to make it electronical, so that you are climbing tree? Will be electronical, will be electrical, or will be robotical. Robots will be climbing trees and you know but still, lazy set of people, you continue condemning your ancestors that invented all these things, but you can never develop all that. You can never make it better. Our people are still using the same system of thousands of years of Inyunku. Are you not ashamed? And you will stand, you will rise up and open your mouth and condemn our ancestors that brought this thing. That, you know, what value have you added to their inventions? What value? In 1903, when the rich brothers, twin brothers, when they flew the first aircraft, manned aircraft, it was, I think, 52 seconds. 52 seconds flight only. It was made of carton. If you see it, you will laugh. But that thing mutated into the aircraft, to jet, everything you call flight, you are entering and enjoying today. Who made it possible? If they left it like that, left it moribund, and they continue today blaming the ancestors, say, I beg nothing, these people are bad, they killed the slaves, that's why they killed the slave Africans and destroyed the Africans. Imagine that you are white people. You will be blaming your ancestors that because they crossed around the world and slaughtered indigenous people. So that's why what is happening to us is happening to us. You will say they are evil because they are really evil, the white ancestors. But their children did not stay there and be complaining, yapping. Instead, they continue developing on what their ancestors started. Which one have you developed? Instead, you want to go to where it is already made. Our ancestors found out do you know maybe how many people must have died before they can find out that if you eat a gushi, that it will be good? That you put it like this, put it. What have you added as development? What? But you may blame our ancestors because you are gullible. You are stupid. You complain. Do you know what it means to resist the white people? I mean, Ekumeku warriors, our Igbo warriors, to resist the British, to fight them for 31 years. Do you know that? Do you know how? But today, only how many? Mazi Jonathan Chinedu was rendition, and you are off. Only propaganda will pull you down. Then how do you compare yourself to our ancestors? Those that you are yapping. Do you know what is 31 years? I think Macron was 32 years when he became the president of France. Zuckerberg, how old was he? If not 20 something, before he became a first billionaire in dollars. But Ekumeku warriors, Igbo warriors resisted the fourth British to stand there for 31 years. And you are still yapping them. Are you not to be ashamed? You that any slightest thing, only propaganda pulls you out of the struggle. Only fighting, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oh no, the Supreme Court have said that he will go back. You all be Kuropugi. You fall down, you say now it seems this thing now, wow, it's not feasible. And you say no, I'm not going to support again until, let me see, and once it comes to yapping our ancestors, you open your mouth. You have big mouth, you yap them. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. We in this generation, we are the ones to even be yapping ourselves. Are you understanding me? Do you think that the Kumeku warriors, they didn't suffer casualties? Do you know the atrocities that were committed on our communities by the British Army? They will go and burn every village, kill any person they see there, burn down, kill every. But it didn't stop the Kumeku warriors. In 1967, 1970, we fought for 2.5 years and run away. Didn't we? But you blame our ancestors, don't you? Can you imagine resistance of fighting the onslaught of the British, the Europeans, for 31 years? It's very easy for you to mention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is only in jail for going to 3 years, 2.5 years or something like that. And you have collapsed already. But if it comes to religion and our, say no, our ancestors are this and that. Let me not insult you, please. Let me not insult you. Because you are insulting yourself. You are making yourself irrelevant in the presence of the world. Therefore, I will continue. Let me continue. Let me finish playing this.
Is there the time, water and schooling and things like that, but contraception and abortion in order to shrink the population of Africa because they have great mineral resources there. In the time, Kissinger and those involved with the Carter administration wanted to shrink the population, make sure that the Africans do not develop and do not use the resources for themselves, because we in the States, we need them. There's a concerted effort of foreign powers to control the population of Africa. Africa is a huge continent, could feed 1,000 more people, but the policies of the West, especially in Europe. For example, between 1990 and the year 2000, the United States, Canada, and Europe contributed about $6 billion in contraceptives, not to help the people, not to give clean water, clean food. That is not.
You see, they contributed $6 billion only in contraception. So that a flush here the person, so that we don't grow in population, so that they can do anything, so that no resistance, because there is good. And do you know what? Do you know what? I mean, do you know what contributes to the huge resources we have in Africa? Do you know that? Like in crude oil, like in, all these resources, gas and all the rest, both solid minerals. These are organic matters that sedimented for thousands of years. Do you know what is organic? Why you don't have them in Europe as in Africa? Because Europe is a new land, a new inhabitable land. Africa has been habited for millions of years. So even our dead ancestors, their rotten body that imitated, sedimented, and transformed into the resources you have today. Africa has been a continent inhabited. It's the father, the mother of the whole world, where life began. Do you understand? So all those our ancestors, they are even rawly, they contributed to the mineral resources you are seeing in Africa today. They are organic matters, decayed organic matters that for a period of time sedimented into organic, transformed through different chemical reaction and atmospheric reactions and all the rest. Transform all these things into the resources you are seeing today. Are you hearing me? But you insult them. You are insulting yourself. It's very, very sad indeed. Let me go to also another news headline which you should know about: the killing, the slaughter in Jos. The slaughter in Jos. The killing of a Christian, so-called. You know, let me say this. Do you know why every time Christians are killed, it doesn't go nowhere? Because you claim to be atano, sheep. Go to any abattoir, any animal killing house. The sheep are the commonest to be killed there with ease. Have you gone to any animal abattoir and seen where they are killing lion? Hardly you don't see it, do you? But the sheep are there. You know, a religion that refers you to be a sheep and you accept it with pride. Don't you think that you should even look at you have to re-examine your mentality? You have to. Do you? Or don't you? You have to re-examine your mentality for accepting to be a sheep. Meh. And you are reciting it all the time. That you are being fed as a sheep. Please reject this and have life and face reality, so that you can be able to resist those that want to slaughter you. You carry arms. Have you seen a sheep carrying arms before to defend himself? 1,000 sheep will be there standing by. They will be slaughtered one after the other. They will not be tied though. Are you hearing me? Do you see? You know, what you call yourself reflects to your life. When you accept yourself to be called a sheep, mouton, you know, you behave like that. That is why almost 200 people are slaughtered in just Christians are slaughtered in Nigeria. It just the news is just same, you know, two sentences, and there is brush out. Because you accept to be sheep. You accept to be sheep. I said you will see 1,000 sheep stationed in a place for slaughter. All of them will stand still, chewing cud. Their food, maybe you give them highest, you give them fodder to be feeding. They will take one and put knife into it. None will be tied though. All others are watching. The blood of their brothers will splash them. They will say man and continue watching, chewing cud. After that one, another one, until you slaughter all the 1,000. Nothing. There will no reprisal. Let me tell you, these people, they cast a spell on us before God and man through their manipulations. You know, the worst thing, being chained, physically chained, or being under the control of gun. You know, somebody use gun and surrender you, or you know, and you be commanding you to do something. It is even better than tying you up mentally, and you be accepting the unacceptable. There you become a prisoner, a self-inflicted prisoner, and you are enjoying it. You will receive it with joy because it is ekenagagbo. Are you hearing me? Let me read it again. For the sheep, but we refuse to be a sheep, and that is why I love this. What the pastor, this so-called pastor, what he said. Let me play it before reading. You know, Biafra, the impostor called us a dot. People don't know what a dot. That dot. You know, like this cataracts that causes blindness. It might start with a dot, just small dots. Before you know it, continue expanding, and it will blind you. You will no more be seen. A dot, just a dot. Are you understanding me? Do you know what a dot can do? I could remember even in the story in the Bible, because we learn from everything. When there was a lack of rain in Israel, and Elisha, told the Ahab, after years of no rain in Israel, in the wilderness, Elisha was there, and he was praying. He said, "Let there be rain." No, he told the king, he said, "Go fast, otherwise rain will beat you." The man said, you safe, waiting to worry you. Now this guy went and prayed. I'm telling you story because it's a story. We learn from everything, both akokoi for everything. Do you understand? Now this one, he went and prayed and told his servant, say, "Go and check the sky. What do you see?" He said, "I no see nothing." No. He went again and started praying. After some time, the servant came. He said, "What do you see again? Go out and check." He said, I saw one thing, small thing, a dot." He said, "Forget that. That dot you see is heavy." So that is what Biafra is. You call us a dot, but that dot is what we consume people. It will expand. You understand? Once a revolution starts from that, the little dot is finished. Now listen to what this pastor have to say. Listen. I played it at the preamble, but listen again.
Where it said in Igbo land right now, there is a movement of young people to abandon Christianity and go back to traditional worship.
Preach, Pastor
The
Abel.
movement is strong. A lot of young people are leaving church to go back to shrine, to go back to idol worship. That because they don't understand this white man Jesus. They don't understand this white people Bible. They don't understand it. But at least they know that the idols in their village took care of their ancestors. They took care of their great grandfathers. They took care of their fathers. They want to all go back to African worship where their ancestors were. I also heard that it's not just in Igbo land alone. Somebody called me in UK, one of my daughters in the faith. She said, "Papa, we have a crisis all over Africa and all over the world." African young people have come up with a movement that is building momentum to abandon the Bible of the white man and go back to African roots.
That is so. That is it. People don't know. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started is bigger than him. When some people will be talking, I laugh. I say, "You people don't know." You people don't know. What IPOB, what you have started, there is something on the A. You don't know. That's why I always say, be part of this awakening. This is the era of African awakening, the era of African renaissance. It will happen. It will continue expanding. You will see it and laugh and say, "Nah, I used to see watch comments." I say, "No, these people, our people, many of our people are bad when it comes to calculation." They'll tell you, "No, it's nothing now. No, don't what." Are you reading the Bible when it says, when the Antichrist rose, that no more hope, it is the end of time. Do you know what that will be? They call it the beast. I've been repeating it here. The beast with the 666. Do you know what it means? They give you codings, but we are trying to decode all of them. Black man has the melanin nomenclature, deoxyribonucleic acid nomenclature, the chromosome, has 6 proton, 6 electron, and 6 neutron. That is 666. When I discovered this, I was shocked. When the pronouncement was being made by a brother, a comrade, I went into research and I found out. I said, my goodness me, this is not a joke. You know, these people that are manipulated, these manipulators, they know that there is a way, there is a time the lie will expire. And these people, they are manipulating mostly Africans. Now they will discover that now we have been manipulated enough. That's where they put it in the book of Revelation, in your Bible. That once that the beast rise up and that beast is talking to you, that one of the beasts is talking to you, I'm telling you, it's risen up in us. It is everywhere, not only in every black people. That is what is reigning everywhere, and this beast is rising up. And they said they know that their time, their manipulation is over. No more any person promising you heaven for you to continue living in, being happy in living in poverty, being happy in living in a place where there is no electricity. That manipulation is over. That you have to rise up and fight for a better place here on earth. As our Guru said, if you think that you have a better place more than here on earth, why not go today? What are you doing with us? What are you dragging, Gary, we are eating today? What are you dragging with us? Go to that better place where they built with gold, with diamond, with that. Go now, you know, go. Leave us alone. Let us do as you know. You obstruct it. That is where these people, the people where Sabi that manipulated us through their write-ups. They say once these people rose up, remember the code. He emphasized there. Say remember the number of the beast is 666. That is the number of the melanin nomenclature of a black man. 666. You don't know. And people, we have been thinking of one person with big horn and this and that. No, I'm telling you. That is why I used to call. Be part of this enlightenment, this awakening that is going over, that is going on the heads of mostly Africans. That movement is on. We want to restore a country that will be full of sanitized people, mentally sanitized people. Not those that when you say, when the Lord said this, they will listen to their spiritual father in order to say contrary. And now they will say, no, this is against my belief. Your believer, I am telling you, we are in a physical world. We are not in a spiritual world. When we enter spiritual world, now we deal with spiritual world. We are in a physical world and we have to do it, get it better as others are doing it. If America can build their country to a certain level of development they are enjoying today, why can't we do the same? And you are quoting, you are in the spirit. You are in the spirit. Is it how they build their country? No, Canada man cannot understand. But now if it comes to reasoning, logic, you say no, I cannot understand. let me continue, please. Let me continue. There is something I was reading, how they massacred Christians, and the news has gone. Do you see any what country, what Christian country is Italy championing anything in favor of these Christians massacred in Plateau State? They die for nothing. I say nothing. They die for stupidity, for nothing. That is why, I used to clamor. If we understand what the white man did to us using this religion, I am telling you, we will resign. Massive resignation is a protest, is a form of protest. I could remember in history, there was a time, I think in early 19th century, when the Fulani came to Futajelon, the present day Guinea, as just a headsman that we are passing by and saw a forest full of good herbs and this and that for their cows and goats. They told the local people, the local Mandinka people, please allow us to stay for the night. And they allowed them. And that time the Mandinka people were Muslims also. Are you hearing me? Now, from sleeping one night, they have to ask a favor as there are places, please, can you allow us to feed our cows so that anytime we are free, we are okay, now we can continue our journey? The innocent Mandinka people feel that, oh, these are our Muslim brothers from nowhere. They just come and they are Muslims. And they say, okay. They use the religious sentiments to allow them. And before you say Jack, the Fulani, they sent message to their brothers in Futatoro, the then Senegambia, that they have seen a very good place so that their warriors should come and help them kill their hosts. Before the Mandinka could rise up to what is happening, they saw people massacring them, and they are Muslims like themselves. They were surprised. Say, how can we thought that this is a religion, we accept each other, we were in difficulty as foreigners and we allowed you, why are these people killing us? Now they saw that they are, are using Islam in order to propagate their political land grabbing agenda, as they are doing now in Nigeria. Do you know what the Mandinka people did? They were fighting back, and they gave order to all of them. They unanimously agreed that they have to resign from Islam. That if Islam is like this, where a fellow Muslim will come, which they will be given hospitality, and they start killing them. They say no. They resigned as a protest. Are you here? This is history. No, I say you don't study history now. This is historic. They said no. Instead of this, we resign from being Muslims, as not as one person, as all. Are you hearing me? That is why if in Guinea today, in Guinea where they call Guinea forestry, you see that is the interior. You see many people, many indigenous people, they are not Muslims. They are not Muslims. Many of them are not Muslims. Many are some of them use that alliance and enter even into Christianity. I am telling you. Some go back to African religion. Some, that is how they are till today. Are you hearing me? It's a sign of protest. But when we say it here, people will see it and say, hey, you want to come up with Jesus? Make I leave my Jesus. Jesus on tide. No be so. The only thing you will tell me is your personal encounter. Your personal encounter. Oh, you are worthy because he give it to you. Now I don't know whether there is something special that you have from your faith that even an atheist don't have. There anything special? No, you made money. Others don't make money now. Is that what you're telling me? You have health. Others don't have health now. Others that are not even in your religion, they don't have health. Here we prick your common sense to reason and think. You understand? Let me read. I will open the lines in a jiffy, but let me read this. Nigerian Christians slaughtered in Christmas attack is a Christmas gift now. This was December 28th news 2 days ago. As you might know, why Christians in most of the world are full of Christmas joy. It was the reverse atmosphere in Nigeria's Central Plateau State, where attacks in several localities on Christmas Eve left at least 160 people dead and about 300 others injured. Are you hearing? This is a conservative figure. But look at a country that lost where people are slaughtered, and they call them that Nigerian government officially, because I listen to this through other mainstream news, they say unidentified gunmen. How can in other places, in countries that are completely at war, you can never hear this figure that in few days 1 or 2 days 160 people, let us say even official figure of 160, we know that it's more than 1,000 people dead, but they say 160 people. You can never hear this even in a country that is fighting with their bombing. You can never hear this number. But in Nigeria it's nothing. The president doesn't care. After all, the governor of the state, the governor of the state, he left the state and go start boomeranging with Tinubu in Lagos. And you think that this is a country? You know, why wouldn't they be slaughtered as Christians? They died because they are Christians and they are Nigerians. Is it not? Okay. The attacks started on Saturday, but continued into Christmas Day. A country that has military, that can boast of Tucano jets, that can boast of they can track an IPOB member through phone, but they don't know the people that slaughtered, that attacked more than 20 communities, villages. Do you know what it means? The Nigerian government, the Nigerian military, they don't see them, they don't know them. Oh, the hypocrisy in Nigeria is the reason why people are slaughtered. You know, sometimes when you pity, you don't even pity again. Because people there are so wicked. The wickedness in Nigeria is out of this world. And that's why they are dying like even animals. I cannot compare their death to animal death. Animals don't die like this. They don't fight evil. Evil happens with impunity. If it is happening to your neighbor, the other person near will be praying, thanking God that it is not him, it is his neighbor. No precaution. They leave it and go and even cook and celebrate that it happened to my neighbor, he never touched me. No, you call on phone and say, no, it happened there, it's happening. No, it not reach our side also. Thank God. Praise Jesus. And you see, tomorrow it will happen to him and others will do the same thing. Although these people need pity. Do they need pity? People that don't fight evil, they look at the people and say, no. Some say it's karma. Some say, I don't look at it like that. These are human beings that are supposed to be helped. But why would they? When they look at Igbo man, the hatred of Igbo man is in their blood. That is the only thing that is driving them into death. When do we talk about Biafra? All of them, you say, you Igbo man, both Plateau, Igbo. Why are you hating Igbo people that are trying to save everybody? Why? Why? Okay, the attacks started on Saturday, but continues into Christmas Day. Nigerian military is nowhere to be found. Nigerian police is nowhere to be found. 24 hours attack. Are you hearing me? They don't. That is. They're supposed to even be somebody have the time to fly and with drone and be watching everything through drone, but they will not do it because they have to obtain something. There are people in the high places. The Nigerian government is direct. Don't you see what? Even I posted it on my timeline for about 2 or 3 or 4 months ago, where the Fulani terrorists armed to the teeth, they call the bandits, on motorbikes, 2 or 3 people each bike, thousands of them armed to the teeth. They are moving and they are mixing up with Nigerian military. The Nigerian military commander is calling, radioing other commanders in the road that the Fulani are on the move. Leave them. Do not move out of the way. Do not wale them. Do not let them go. It's on video. It's on video. People had it. The man was speaking in Hausa language. Everything is there. But Nigerians don't. Everybody feel that it doesn't concern. When you talk, they'll say it's Igbo. Hey, I want Igbo man to rise up. And SARS in Lagos, people, the revolution started, and the people were jointly doing things together in order to push out all these parasites we call politicians in our land, these killers. Now they use ethnicity. They say, you Yoruba people, now Igbo people, on our one Igbo to rise. Now them to destroy on our destiny in Lagos. So. Me on a nose on a bimumu. Make they go do them in our bar and they will wear it now. They allow them to the now you see comrades turning against comrades. When he goes to say, oh yeah, let's go, because we want a better country. We want all these politicians to go. Yoruba man will say, I beg on I don't deceive us. Make we go. I beg more and I go to Newi, go do am. When I live in Newi, come here. You know, you see that Nigeria is unfixable, for goodness sake. Now these killers, Fulani killers, they targeted 20 Christian villages across Bokos and Bakinla, the areas of Plateau State. Are you hearing it? 20 villages. Do you know what is 20 villages? Targeted in a country, in a mass attack by, oh God Almighty. But it doesn't, you know, it doesn't remove any Nigerian, hair. You know, remove any hair from a Nigerian man body. They look at it and say, now it happen for Plateau, I beg. Do you see how wicked and evil Nigerians are? Sometimes I say, if I have nuclear bomb, before God and man, I will nuke the whole of Nigeria. I don't care. I'll put everybody, my people, all. Let everybody perish. Because they are not supposed to live. Nobody, no Nigerian is supposed to live. I am telling you. They don't rise up in order to fight evil. They feel it doesn't concern them. Tomorrow the thing will touch them and they will die. And what pay? Others will say, one by one, Fulani are picking everybody. If people want to rise up, they will, they know how to twist their head now. Oh, Igbo man, one. Is it not SARS and SARS? They say it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instigated. And the thing, the others catch, they say, the Igbo man, no Igbo. That's no Igbo, Nnamdi Kanu, with his Biafia. With his Biafia. And they fought and brought it down. Something that should have liberated everybody. Because they had the Igbo man. Hey! I say Igbo man will kill everybody. In that place. That contraption. The hatred of Igbo man will kill everybody. I am telling you. And I'm happy it is happening. Okay. We were taken unawares. And those that could ran into the bush. A good number of those that couldn't run, caught and killed with machetes. Let me tell you, local resident Majid Macham told the Reuters, no, let me tell you, there is a way these people behave. You see these terrorists, Fulani jihadists, let me say it here, there's the way they behave, the way they attack. The people in front will be armed with sophisticated guns, rifle, AK-47, 49 and machine guns, mewing people down. Are you understanding me? Now, there is another, it's a war tactics, for goodness sake. There is another people at the back. Those people they have machetes. Are you hearing me? Now, when these front people, then when they kill with, if you are running, they shoot you down. Now, as they are shooting you, as they shoot people down, they have killed them with guns and bullets. Now, the second wave of the bandit, the Fulani jihadists, they will use machetes now. Those that are already down with a gun, with bullets, they will machete them in order to deceive people that, they are killed by machete. So that to mask that they don't have guns, so only machete they have. This is a war tactics, for goodness sake. When we Nigerians learn, please. So they have only machete. Nigerians are zombies, honestly. I say the first wave of people, the first wave of the jihadists, they have assault rifles, mowing people down. Now, after they mow people down, continue, they'll be advancing, killing. Now, those running, they'll be killing them. Now, those coming at their back now are armed with machetes. When they see a dead body already down with bullets, some bullets, you will not even see, you hardly see it with naked eye like that, how we penetrate. They will use machete now, cut them into pieces. Now, when video comes, they will be seeing them that they are killed with machetes. In Nigeria, they don't go autopsy now. People that don't have electricity, they don't even know what is autopsy. They don't know autopsy. That's why people die. They will tell you, they have killed him. Hey, now his people kill him from village. Maybe they don't know that what killed the person is hypertension, high blood pressure. any type of heart failure that will enter into heart seizure. They have killed it. They don't know it's cholesterol. But they conclude, people that are meant to be believers, how can we kill ourselves from belief? Please. How? How? They brought out autopsies everywhere in the world in order to have a proof that, look, this is what killed the person. But in our own side, once somebody that, what do they call it? Very, very backward thinking, primitive set of people. No autopsy. They have concluded everything. But the same way they believe that somebody died for them and their sins are forgiven once you believe. They now think that this world is about to believe. Believe. Anything you are told, you believe. The journey is far, honestly. The journey is far. This journey is far. I am not one of those people that are saying, oh, Biafra will come today, tomorrow. No. Because we need our brains to be sanitized. Even if it comes next generation. As long as an immaculate, sanitized nation is restored. Not to flag independence. By that time, as ancestors, I will be pleased. Because look, not, coming out in a quagmire-ish country, thinking country again. People that are being manipulated through religion. We don't want it. Are you hearing me? Let me continue. A statement Tuesday by the Plateau State Commissioner of Police, Okoro Alaware, indicated that 96 people were killed in 2 of the 20 local government, in only 2 of the 20 local government area. 96 people, only 2. Whereas they attacked 20 villages. You understand? And 221 houses were burnt. And Nigerian government don't know about them. They say unidentified government. How will you raise dead bodies up? I think we have miracle workers in Nigeria. Why don't they raise all these zombies that are moving around on the streets, called human beings? They don't raise them up. They say they are miracle workers. Hey, God Almighty. The Commissioner of Police, Plateau State Command, CP Okoro Alaware, expresses grief over the deadly attacks that took place in some remote villages of Bokos and Barkinlade, local government areas of Plateau State, carried out by some yet to identified assailants. Nigerians are Nigeria alumni. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sende Nishoji alumni. Nigerians alumni. Chineke. Yet to identify the assailants. But in Owerri, one person is shot dead the following hour. Most of them must say is IPOB. In Anambra, during the time of Obiano, church massacre in where is it? Is it in Newi or Kezebo? Within 1 hour, Obiano come and says drug war immediately. But here, 20 villages were attacked for more than 24 hours. 221 houses burnt. Nigerian army didn't see them. They don't know them. They say yet to identified assailants. I don't know, why do you want to continue harming yourself by being called a Nigerian? Can you answer me that, please? That's why even I solicit, anywhere in the world you see a person calling himself a Nigerian, treat him more than just, he's a criminal, complete criminal. Don't pity him. If you hear any government, any place in the world, unless the person say no, I am a Fulani man, no problem. I am an Hausa man. I am an Ariwa. I am a Biafran. I am Oduduwa. You see that they are saved. But once somebody tell you I'm a Nigerian, you see you see a dangerous parasite is there. Is a dangerous parasite. Do not hesitate to even kill the person. Go That is how they are. A country where people are killed in this magnitude, attacks happen. A country that has police force, they call it. They have military force, civil defense. They have drones. They have air force. They have everything. But more than officially, they say almost 200 people are being killed. In a 24-hour, the attacks went on for more than 24 hours. But they say they don't know these people. But to surprise, when it comes to Southeast, any car that is being snatched, they immediately say it's ESN, it's IPOB. They know it's IPOB. Don't you see that there's something sinister? Or do you need a soothsayer to tell you, please? Here we want you to reason. The way we teach reasoning from Bishi, from the grassroots, so that when we tell you something, you start reasoning. Say, let me think. We want you to think. Do not allow people to be thinking for you. Think for yourself. How can an attack, just like what happened in Israel, and after the way Gaza, Hamas attacked Israel, the people in Israel, mowed the people down, and after Israel government will say, we are looking for the assailants. Is 500 of Israelis being massacred, but they are yet to be identified assailants. Do somebody need to tell you that place is not a country? Do you need a soothsayer, or is it your pastor or an imam to tell you, no, this place is not a country, or run away? If people can be killed in wholesale, and the government will shamelessly come out to tell you that, well, we don't know who did this. 221, that is official. But I'm telling you with assurance that more than 1,000 houses will be burnt. We are burnt in more than 20 villages. Now Nigerian government say, no, we don't know these people. We never identify them. Yet to be identified. It's the way they are. They give out the news to international news media, because Nigeria government is the one championing it. Are you not seeing it? Don't you listen? Don't you see it? You that is carrying official version. Oh, you say no, they never know. Government say no, government never know who they are. But they grant thousands of Fulani jihadists free passage. The radio say cool down. This is a country that has air force. They have balloons. They have drones that can be up and with camera monitor everything. No, but they don't know these people. But once it comes to Southeast, once with the phone, they will track you and say you are an IPOB, an ESN. Ordinary phone of innocent people. Immediately they know automatically. And you say we should continue in this mess you call a country. Is that what you're telling me? Here we face the reality. We preach practicality. We don't preach sentiment. Forget about sentiment. That is why you see, the DOS is trying to also train Biafrans, adherents of IPOB, into steadfastness, into not being addicted to sentiments. When you see people that are falling off, people that are being deceived by propaganda, is the people that are highly sentimental. I used to say it, my sentiment has died a long time. Otego. I know sentimental knows, or 4Z, I am telling you. People that when they see they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come on a screen and preach, they will be seeing how he gesticulates. Hey, these are people. Once it's 2 days, 3 days, they don't see. They say, "Now, wow," they vanish. These are the obedience. Let me call them to obedience. Once the going is right. Excuse me. I was having camp cough since all these days. Once the going is right, obedience, they are everywhere. Don't you see crowd? But after everything, you see, they will tell they will start blaming their, because foolish people, they will always try to hold somebody but themselves accountable. They will always try to hold somebody who to blame, so that their inactivity, that their cowardice, they will now hide it under the person they blame. Say, no, it's because of this. Now this thing happened. They come out, they say, we want Obi to come and give us order so that we do something. They want Obi to come and tell them, oh yeah, go out on the street, so that they will go and catch him like a rat, as they did Abiola. They cannot do nothing, because they are illusion. These people you are seeing during the Obi campaign, they are just ordinary illusions. They don't exist. In the real sense of it, they don't exist. They are sentimental people. And we have these people even in this struggle. This time around, when you see, or only when they see ESN parade at 3rd anniversary, some of them say, nah, so this in a while, they start being revived. Flower now 1 minute. On small. Because they don't have initiative. They don't have no single root. They are being blown with propaganda. With anything you can. When they feel that nothing is happening, they enter any trend that even if it's criminal one chance trend, they enter. Water is the code. They say, hey, now here it happen. Now here it happen. These are the set of people, sentimental people. Once breeze used to blow them. Anywhere they see as it is happening, they enter. They will dangle there until when they tire, say, nah, this man self, water now. They say, no, nah, I beg. They come out, they think they are human being following you. When they do, they say, but there are, when they will attack low, we there here. Well, even if you don't hear any person say, you say, oh boy, nah, we there. I know, we go nowhere. You understand? That is what one of the best attributes of the DOS. They are training us in order to make us to be tap-rooted, not out of sentiment. Because some people, I used to say it. Some people are clamoring for. They want us to be coming on A. Once as I started since, I'll be shouting, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release like Ndinago Chaplet. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free Biafra. Biafra must be restored. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My Biafra must be restored. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra must be restored. Only once you do it for 3 hours, you say goodbye. Another day you come and start trying the same thing. When you are talking, they say, no, you are talking. How do you release Mazi Nnamdi? These are sentimentally motivated set of people. Are you understanding me? Do not forget that today I will open the lines soonest in a jiffy for people to understand that. For people to tell me, what do you think, or what do you understand by Biafra is our religion? People don't understand it. They are just talking it. People don't understand it. Oh, Biafra is our religion. If Biafra is really your religion, before God and man, there is nothing else that will make you. I say there is nothing else that will push you. Don't you see the person that I destined? Don't you see the person? Just hold on. Okay, don't you see the person that I had a kind of debate sometime? He declared openly that, oh no, if you touch my Jesus, I am out. Because Biafra is not his religion. Biafra, another definition of religion is the pursuit or interest followed with great devotion. So once you make Biafra your religion, there is nothing can provoke you. Nothing can provoke you, because what matters is that your religion. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a wise fellow. He's an Illuminati. Maybe you might misunderstand me, but that is the reality. He's a wise person. He said always that Biafra is our religion. Do you hear him say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our religion? Do you hear him say so? No. He said Biafra is our religion. So that anything, the worst is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave us a spectrum in order even to checkmate him. I don't know whether you understand. That man is a leader, honestly. He said, if I come out tomorrow and start telling you that I change my voice, or say any person behind me cut off my neck, know that I'm no more real, and others continue. Why? Because we have a religion that we follow. That is Biafra. He didn't say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my religion. No, he said Biafra is our religion. Therefore, if you have that religion, there is nothing that can shake you. You become unshakable. Propaganda can never shake you, as is shaking people. Now we don't see anybody again. Somebody was telling me, hey, PhD holder. If you hear them, you think that they have something in head. Nothing in their head. PhD holder. He said, even China somewhere, we don't see him on screen. This one, we don't see him. We only hear their voice. We don't know whether they are robots. So we follow person we see now. Nearly ignorance on them. And so, come had the kage like this. When he came himself, no, you cool like this. No. There is problem in the brain. I am telling you honestly, there is problem. If Biafra is your religion, you will be unmovable, unmoved by any event. Even if Mazi Nnamdi, though you can say human being, he can talk, but after you remember, Biafra is our religion. Remember, we easily say it. Mandela stayed 27 years. People are outside doing their thing, and then make way. Look, as IPOB have said it, as the leadership has declared, we have no more belief or confidence in the Nigerian, judiciary, because they have portrayed their highest form of corruption in dispensing the law. So we can't tolerate. We don't care again. Trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is their problem. What I want you to understand is this. I said it the other day. We have prayed. We have gone lawful. We have fasted. We have read Psalms. And it boils down to doing reality that is facing us. What we human beings can do. It is what we release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you hearing me? It is not about wishing. You close eyes, you wish, you call God of Scandinavia or God of South Africa or God of India. It doesn't matter which God you call. Now what happens is our doggedness. What we release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the reality, our actions, what we do. That is it. So when you see people continue blaming him, but who said him? I look at them as even less than sheep. Less than the sheep, I don't know. Because they hide their cowardice on blame game. Do you understand? Therefore, as I said, I will open my lines in a jiffy, and after I will open the lines. I will go on a few minutes break, but when I come back, I will open the lines. And now I want people to call to tell the whole public, what do you understand by Biafra is our religion? Because the what is facing us, people might not understand it. It needs doggedness. It needs, when you take Biafra as your religion, for the section of our struggle we are trying to enter. Not tomorrow you start blaming, because our people love blame game. Now kwachina asa tinyera na nsogbu akwalekwe na anya abo na le ipost logo told the before lekwe my mansion na abo mbukwa na ya o na kwachina asa tinyekwara na nsogbu a, because our people love to escape through blame game. They always want a scapegoat in order to satisfy that they are part of cowardice. It's cowardice. You understand? That is why the heat of everything, all that people are asking, is this so this man? Hey, who saw this man? Hey, is he that saw this? It's only what they want to know, so that they will now attack that their cowardice of inactivity, not being able to, or their sentiments. Now they will put it there, the blame, and when they get the blame, now even if you find out who sold man, what are you going to do with it? Does it solve anything? That is the thing. Konema Debo, let me tell you. Konema Debo, he said one of the factors that contributed to the downfall of Biafra during 1967 to 1970s, the population is dumbling into what they don't know. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. He said it. He said, if a commander lost a battle, I'm not saying losing a war. If a commander loses a battle, a Biafran commander in his sector, maybe a village is taken by the Vandals, the whole population will start calling for his neck. He is not too strong. He is this. Remove him. They always continue removing him, so that to appease the population, and the thing is affecting the running of the military. Because the population don't know that you can lose a battle, you can lose 2 battles, you can lose 5 battles, but you win the war. The population don't understand the tactics of war, that you can tactically retreat from a village, from a community, for the enemies to enter, for you to plan a larger fight. They don't know what the war is. The sentiment is the thing. One of the things that affected us. Konema Debo said it with his own mouth. He said that it affected the way the war was fought, because everybody knows. The whole population know everything. Instead of leaving the thing for the military, for them to, sometimes the military can say, okay, let us pull out. But once they do it, the population will, hey, they have sold us. He's a sabotage. Remove him, this commander. Bring his head. And the bright person will be removed before he will be lynched by the population. And it is affecting everything. Are you hearing me? Is it not what is happening today? The DOS, bring them, kill them. Now you see Agangadang everywhere. People of America, they will be calling in some commanders they know. Will be this and that. Everybody now is involved. The law, maybe conservatively 30% of Biafrans will be killed because of insubordination and strong-headedness. I am telling you, for everywhere to be calm, to go towards one direction, because we don't want you to be that sheep and wash everywhere. We want discipline. Without discipline, you cannot run a country. Do you know that? But once you have one number of one person, even if it's not a common, any person in the you start calling, sending him $50, $100, so that you get now what is happening. Tell me what you want to. What is all this? What is all this? Mazi Jonathan Chinedu saw it and said, no foreign intervention or interruption or communication with people inside of the forest. But on the book in Agon. Do you know that if things start in earnest, Agana everywhere, Agana sanitize I suppose they buy into different methods. Or what onye no or see on I mean a civil in a developed country, you cannot go to court now, sue me. I suppose in secret ndi ji ma ihe egbu any happy buo send abia send enwuru onwu chi anyway in around the world, so that ka ihe niile noro ji, because Nigeria had made us a beautiful flower, but that grow wild. Once you are beautiful but you are wide, your wideness covers your beauty. You understand? So let me go into a few minutes break, but listen, I want you to listen to this, so that just few seconds, so that it will help you in what you will talk. Listen to Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, please.
Of our program this very evening is we've gone slightly past 3 hours, but I must say, as always, and without hesitation, and given all the facts we have presented this evening, that when we say that Biafra is a religion, we stand on biblical edict. It's written in the Bible, not by man. And I reaffirm and reassert this very evening from here that Biafra is our religion. If you want to know the religion I belong to Biafra. It is older than every religion. So I am a Biafran, and Biafra is my religion.
Finish. So when the lines will be open, now you will call and tell me what you understand by Biafra being our religion. Please do not go away. I will be right back. Do not go away.
I'm shouting. People say I'm shouting.
Shout.
The kind of we were in Owerri. A lot of our people in Owerri said in Igbo land right now there is a movement of young people to abandon Christianity and go back to traditional worship.
Preach, Pastor
The
Abel.
movement is strong. A lot of young people are leaving church to go back to shrine, to go back to idol worship, that because they don't understand this white man Jesus, they don't understand this white people Bible, they don't understand it. But at least they know that the idols in their village took care of their ancestors, they took care of their great grandfathers, they took care of their fathers. They want to all go back to African worship where their ancestors were. I also heard that it's not just in Igbo land alone. Somebody called me in UK, one of my daughters in the faith. She said, Papa, we have a crisis all over Africa and all over the world. African young people have come up with a movement that is building momentum to abandon the Bible of the white man and go back to African roots. I'm shouting. People say I'm shouting.
Shout.
The kind of Jesus that is preached in many churches cannot be explained from the Bible. And a lot of young people have very intelligent questions that pastors are not answering.
If I buy a computer and I realize that there's a virus that is attacking the programs on the computer, it's not allowing the program to run as it's supposed to run, what do? I use an antivirus to attack the virus on the programming. Sometimes it can affect the performance of some of the programs on the computer. What do? You reinstall the programs onto the computer so that it can work effectively for you. So the programming that has been done for us for many years through memorizing.
So let me put it this way. So the same way you use computers as a point, or let's say a reference point,
Yeah.
can you really adjust that to how we've been programmed with that memory verse? So you said the computer has programming. If there are virus, you have to do antivirus. So what do you mean by we reprogramming ourselves? What do you want to mean by that?
Example, blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. You have been memorizing this.
Blessed
So many
are
years.
the poor.
Blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Do you know why? Go across Ghana and beyond. study the people who are very committed to religion. It's not the rich, it's the poor, because they have been programmed that poverty as a condition can take you into a promise.
To that promise
that is greater. That is why some interpretations will urge you and tell you that your future glory cannot be compared to your current suffering. So therefore, by projecting into the future glory, you do not care the state that you are living in. But poverty, as a matter of fact, is not a condition, it's just a state of mind. So it is the mind that is poor, not the lifestyle. But the mind's condition, because it's been programmed to accept a certain way of living. So that programming will now reflect the kind of surrounding and condition you want to live in.
So poverty is not a condition.
No, it is a state of mind.
Poverty is a state of mind.
It's a state
so
of
if you want to be poor, you'll be poor.
Yeah.
Right? So if you are poor, it's not about you being promised heaven.
Do you know that people believe that through faith and a lot of fervent prayer, they can receive certain royalties from even places they've not struggled or they've not toiled? Some people can, out of memorizing these things, they refuse to reason with the same word. So because of the program, we refuse to reason with the word.
So talk to us.
Now, we must know that there are certain things that people attach certain sentiment out of faith, out of certain belief system to, so much so that they believe that they need a certain external power to be able to manifest simple reasoning, to be able to manifest simple hard work. So much so that simple agricultural techniques, they will rather go and pray. They would rather call on a God somewhere to come and do it for them, instead of just using a normal natural mind or intelligence.
So checking the seasons, knowing that this is not the right time to plant maize, he would rather pray even that dry season and still falls the maize into the soil.
Forgetting that there are people who have not even come to the knowledge of your faith, yet they are able to do well in the same field that you find very difficult to be progressive if there is no external influence or energy or power that you call God. It doesn't mean that the concept of God is bad, no, but we have cultivated a habit which has registered into the subconscious. It's part of the programming. When you tell your child that what you are doing is wrong, you are hurting your brother, and your brother will feel the pain of what you are doing to him. So you don't have to do it. Go and apologize to your brother. It's a programming you are giving to the child. You are programming the child that you are doing something to a brother, and that brother equally feels emotions, has emotions, and will feel the pain. If you tell your child that what you are doing to your brother, God doesn't like it, and God will punish you for doing this to your brother, it's a different form of programming also.
Instead of using personal feeling and the pain, you're rather referring that thing to God, that God rather doesn't like it.
So this child will grow up and will offend his or her neighbor and will go and kneel down and pray to a God because he or she believes that he has offended an external God that will punish him or her, but not the brother, because it's a program. Over the years, your mother and your father has been telling you, like when we went to Kumasi, I asked them, how many of you were born Christians? We had
majority.
You see, how many of you were born Muslims? How many of you were born traditionalists? Then I asked them, were you truly born a Christian? When you were coming to this earth realm, were you tagged a Christian, a traditionalist, a Muslim? Somebody told you that you are a Christian because you came into a family, you came into a society. This is where you pick the programming of I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. If you weren't born into a Christian family, you will never call yourself a Christian. So it is a programming you have received that make you feel that you were born with a certain belief system or born with a certain faith. So the programming we are talking about is something that we must keep reciting to ourselves.
So,
that we have to work on it.
let me go back on this child example you did. So if I am training my child today, if any of them offend the other, I should rather tell them, apologize to your brother.
Exactly.
As you hit your brother, it is paining him.
Yeah.
So the same thing.
He's feeling the pain.
You're feeling the pain. So you shouldn't refer it to a certain God. That
No.
God will punish you for doing that. But rather tell the child that your brother is feeling pain. If he does the same thing, it is you. So you rather apologize to your child, your brother, than to apologize to God.
That's it. The same way we do with our children when they offend us. When they offend us, instead of sitting them there, letting them know the extent of the pain that we are going through out of what they did, we rather attribute it to God. This thing that you did to me, God will never forgive you. No, he didn't do anything to God. You are programming the child to feel that whatever the child does, he is offending a God external. It's the same programming we were given, that the sins of Adam has been visited upon generations. If you are a father and you have a property, and that property is for you, you share the property to your children, and then now you have a problem, you are in debt. That is where all your children will also have to come together and gather resources to support you. Is that not it? Assuming you are a father, you have a property, you didn't share it with any of your children.
Squander.
You have not even squandered it. You still have your property. Yet, when you go in debt, you call all your children and tell them that this debt is yours. Make sure that you settle the debt. Will they be happy?
No.
So why is it that Adam's property was not shared upon every generation, but his sin was shared upon every generation?
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra land. We is the 30th day of December 2023. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you as our lines are now opened. People has been there calling already. Please, if you call, make your contribution as brief as possible so that I can take as much calls as could be taken. Please remember the topic for the discussion. I want you to contribute. I want you to tell me, what do you understand by Biafra is our religion? You know, every time Mazi Kano repeats this, but lo and behold, you know, as Mazi Former we say, 15 minutes people after people forget. And once he renditioned, the propaganda come and took them out, you know. But they say, oh, Biafra is our religion. I want you to tell the whole world, please. Let's learn from each other. Our lines are direct line +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. Today is the 30th and tomorrow is the last day of the year. I wish each and every one of us Happy New Year in advance. But we must continue. You know, Mazi Nadede sometime a veteran. When I invited him here, he said during the war, they never know which day is a new year or old year. All the days are the same. Marching forward, doing what they're supposed to do, and until they lose or they, they have victory. That is how things should be. But I wish each and every one of us Happy New Year in advance. Therefore, let me go to the first caller that has been there. Caller on WhatsApp. You are the first caller. Can you hear me? Follow on WhatsApp, please.
I can hear you, Mazi Jonathan.
Please, your line, if you can make your line to be remove this speaker, because it is attracting some echo and some noise. Please go on, please. There, welcome to the program. Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi, I don't know. Yes, your voice was sounding good before, but now it is inside. What happened?
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's better. It's right better now. It's better. It's better. Go on, please.
Mazi Jonathan, my name is Chukwueze. I'm calling you from Moscow. My own suggestion, my own opinion about what we are discussing this night is all about Biafra is our religion. Because always is what our leader always says, only you carry us steady. Biafra is our religion. What it means is by whatever we are doing, Biafra first. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're Onyomenala, whether you're Buddhist, anything you are doing, Biafra is first. Biafra is ahead. Because of, if we see what is happening in our country and you see what is happening in our state and also our nation, we are fighting to restore back. When we don't know that Biafra is our religion, it's going. Hello, Mazi Jonathan.
Go on, please, go on.
When we don't know the meaning of Biafra is our religion, you will understand that even though on the front wall, you will see a comrade deviating because of it affects his own religion. See what is happening online. 2 days ago, Mazi Azaya Oba posted something online. He didn't call any religion. A Biafra, a person, a community that is under the struggle, attack Mazi Azaya Oba because of his talking about religion. What we mean and what our leader is talking about our religion is Biafra first. Whether you are Onyomenala, anything you are worshipping, we don't care. It doesn't concern us. It's your own personal life. But when we come to in the existence of Biafra, you will take Biafra first. We will take Biafra first. We don't need to negotiate these things about, because of here make online now. People, when we talk about religion, people are as a job. When we talk about religion, people are Pamaragemba. When we talk about when we want to go to our root, people are making an attack. What is our root? What is this thing we are talking about? We want freedom. We want freedom. But you are holding another thing, another freedom. You want freedom. You are still holding a slave master's thing in your hand. How can you fight a freedom? And you see you are holding one. You want freedom, but you have two slaves thing in your hand. You want to leave one and still also carry one on hand. It's not good. It's not good. I don't want to stress this issue. I don't want to stress this issue. What my own understanding. Hello. My own understanding means Biafra is our religion. We still support Mazi Nnamdi. We still believe that Biafra is our religion. Biafra is first. Despite of everything, whatever you are worshipping, whatever you are believing, whatever you are, take it inside. When we restore Biafra, everybody can go back to what he's worshipping. Thank you, Mazi Jonathan. I remain your brother. I remain your comrade, Joseph Chukwueze from Moscow.
There, Mazi. Thank you very much. Before I bring in Mazi Obinna, our comrade Metusela Wannemekisedek, please allow me to take this caller on direct line first because they are paying. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on direct line. Please go on. Go on, Mazi. Let me see.
But I don't know if the Biafrans are hearing my voice. But
go on. The whole world is here.
Mazi, Jonathan, thank you very much. This brother and Mazi will be calling from UK. I appreciate you. I say, okay, continue to guide and give you good health. And then do, I say, man, there will be had a job country to protect you. The HODS, all the postal officers, I salute you. Mazi, I don't need to to tell anybody that if you like believe, if you like don't believe. As far as I'm concerned, you don't need to tell me whether Biafra is my religion. If it's not my religion, I beg, I want somebody else to tell me what else again that is my religion. Because that is where I believe, and that is what it is. I don't even need somebody to go, and we don't even need, after listening from you for the past 5 minutes, we don't need anybody to tell you. This is where we gather every night. This is where we discuss what concerns us. This is where we have to educate our people about what is happening to us as a people. But I have to say something here. If not because of Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, and some people like me, that I don't want to Fulani to be killing our people. I would have, if not because of the genuine Ndigo and Biafras, and that's when DJs return. Mazi, you see this organization that said after how many years they call it, 70 years, there will be no Igbo speaking language again. It's true. You know why? If not all of them are in Namdekan, and after they are doctors who are in Namdekan, what I have seen, what I have seen from our people, what I have seen on the Marco Street, these people that said if after how many years there will be nothing like Igbo speaking, if you doubt it, look at what is happening to us by this time. After the adopted shows me after them stand still, so our people are like this.
Mazi, I don't know. You can call me, through another way, please. I don't know whether it's your 8th time or anything. And let me bring in one of us, Mazi Obinna, aka Metusela Wanne Mekisedek, one of our frontline media warriors. Wow, Mazi, Udodregi, I like your program. Look at it, itinye wa comic. Mazi Obinna, welcome to the program. No, can you hear me?
Our lovely brother, Mazi Jonathan. I think I have to thank you in a very special way. The work you are doing is very, very immensely to put order where we're supposed to be, because I'm Madugemia. I also want to thank your listeners and those who are also gonna listen to it later. We are doing what we know how to do best. I don't want to jump protocols. That's a question you posed that is a bone of contention, and this is where we're going to lay our foundation. You ask, what is the meaning of Biafra is our religion? Before I babble into what it means, let us go by the definition of what religion means. Now, this is what is in, so people can also check it in Wikipedia. There's a lot of definition, but I just want to take this one that is central. Religion is a range of social cultural system. The social cultural system underlying it, because it cannot be a range of social cultural system where every other nation have their own way of life, have their own culture, have their own tradition. We cannot be talking about culture, and we are practicing the culture of those that we don't know where it come about. That is why it's gonna also link to my broad definition of Biafra is our religion. Now, it's a range of social cultural systems, including designated behaviors and practices, morals, beliefs, sanctified places, prophecies, ethics, or organization that generally relate to humanity to supernatural. I have to leave it here. Now, when you come about the Biafra is our religion, you cannot practice these things that I just mentioned now without involving where you come from. Biafra is our religion, is our own way of life. It's in broad definition. It is our way of life. And what is our way of life? Our way of life must emanate, it must coincide with what is obtainable in our own environment. Just like if you come to Biafra land, there's a lot of things that happen there that can be tolerated in other nations. For example, what just happened recently about gay marriage. A lot of people may be kicking against it. The white people here celebrated it because it is something that is not abomination where they come from. They on the street, people were jubilating, but I didn't see such a thing in Nigeria. Let me just use the word Nigeria, or to see it in Biafra land. Everyone was frowning their faces. Why? Because it is not obtainable where we come from. In other words, Biafra is our religion, is a practice of our own way of life. It is what defines who we are. There's no way you can, have a belief or a religion that is from others and you expect yourself to practice what is from their own place. And the certain situation is that those things that are in our place are being condemned by other religions. It's very sad. It's very sad. That is why we are here to build up what has not been here for years. If you type religion, you begin to see religion of other countries. You see Chinese, you see India, you see others. They are symbols, but we are following what is alien to us. Even the Israel on their own. The Jesus Christ, many of them are jumping up and down today in our place. It's not they don't celebrate it. They have their own way of life. It mustn't be revolving on one person. They are going to custom and their own tradition. And that's why you see them progressing. So, in nutshell, because I know when we start to, make it a very, very little explicit, we are going to continue defining it in a different proper way, but it still lies on our own way of life. And that is why Mazi Jonathan have gone around, have tried all possible means. Some of us don't even know why he's moving around. We need help. Religion is like a brotherhood. Religion doesn't want to see you suffer. Religion is there to make sure that they protect their interests, provided you have the same culture and belief with them. Just like what is going on today in the Arab world. When one is crying, others will start crying. What is going on in Palestine? I see the demonstration in Nigeria. Because some of them oppose that so much and so very well. But since we have been slaughtered, Biafra have been killed left and right. I've never seen any other countries in the world organize a protest in solidarity or in condemnation with the killing, since we said we are Christians. It happened in El Zazaki. The same time El Zazaki is in detention, the same way our leader Mazi Jonathan is also there. But I saw a lot of, when I say a troop of demonstrators in Iran, they are going to Nigerian embassy, demonstrating very heavily that they should release their brother. They call him their brother. And it's a high time we stop using emotion to follow this. And I want to thank all of us that are into this. This is not limited to Biafran struggle. This is a worldwide awareness. It is not only even in Africa. People are waking up. People are beginning to ask questions before no one dare ask because we are afraid. I don't know what can come up to our people this time around. Everywhere people are now asking so many questions with broaden and with much agility. Nobody is afraid of anything. Now, let me relate to this effect of religion that we need to talk about in this our struggle. The freedom we are fighting is hidden in emancipation of our mental slavery. That's something you did mention. Had it been we were wearing chain on our neck, it will be very nice. So that when you look at your chain, you know you're a slave. But this one, they have removed the chain. And this one is invisible. It is those that are called, those that know what it means to be free will see it. Now, Mazi Jonathan was adopted. You now begin to see the same disease in us. The religious leaders, they started jumping up and down. They started giving different prophecies. They started beginning to tell you how Mazi Jonathan was adopted. They begin to tell you who sold him and who not sold him. These people have never involved in anything we are doing before. They are good listeners of Mazi Jonathan, more than those that say they are following him. And that is why they say, oh, this idiot have entered. Let us use the opportunity to come and destroy what he have labored for. He is the one that's telling people not to be, coming to church. Because Mazi Jonathan has preached it many times. That it is not better for us to build our own way of life, have our own church. We can call it Biafran church. Make a contribution, use the money to develop our land. Because the money contributed in Christianity today is coming to Rome. And when I came in here, I said, no, I want to go and see that place we used to contribute money. The reason why I'm speaking is not that I'm speaking out of emotion. I am speaking because I have been a practical experience of this. I was a staunch member of Christianity. And when I said I have rejected it, it's not by mouth. I went here and denounced. It's called denunciation. I have my certificate that I used to reject it. And to tell you how the white people listen, I was summoned by the bishop and asked me, why do I go out from this faith? And I explained to them, they have no problem with me. They asked me, okay, now you have gone out. What are we going to feel for you in this form? I said, Biafra. They search it. They say it is not yet recognized as a religion. As it stands now, I am without religion when it comes to my documents in this country, because I have understood what this have done to our lives. And when I was explaining to the bishops, they didn't argue me. They didn't say it's a lie. They didn't want to confuse me or to tell me the reason why I should stay. They said, okay, if it's a decision, we have to respect that. But I now begin to ask them, why are you people not putting mouth in the killing that is going on in our land? Why do you people decided to slaughter us for us to become Christians? Because this religion we are having today does not come with peace. It doesn't come with preaching the way we proclaim. It is by force, because it is very hard for you to go to a people, convince them with normal talking to live their own way of life and follow you. It is not at all. It is by force. And I explained this thing to Bishop. He told me this is what is obtainable as obtained. That is how we define it. So coming to this our struggle, and people are asking us, why are we dabbling into religion and forget our struggle? I laugh at them. They don't know that what we are doing is the key to where the freedom you are looking for lies. Is the bondage. Because the moment you are free mentally, you don't need to tell you that you need to do what is obtainable in France. In French Revolution, I have listed and have read what causes French Revolution. The key major point that causes French Revolution is idea put forward by enlightenment philosophers. They have what I call a school of thought, where people can go and begin to debate with one another. It's only in Africa that they don't want to come together and debate. It's all about sentiment and emotion. You're insulted by religion. I cannot
our people see debate. Our people see debate as insult and attack. That is it.
Not only that, they feel inferior when your argument supersedes their own. That is one thing I understood. They don't want to accept it the same way it is in our educational system. When I was at home, you dare not come out in the open to correct lecturer. You know that you are going to stay in that school forever. They don't want to take correction. But here we are in the university here, and a student can raise up the hand and come and put another method to the lecturer. Lecturer will be clapping. Here is like a discussion classes. I see a different way of life in here. That is why I always thank those at home who have never traveled out before, but I speak it. Sometimes I ask them, if this fellow can be speaking this way, thinking it this way, how much more you allow them to come and see where life functions, where people confront issues the way they are, you know. And it bothers me again to see our people who have traveled out, who are not practicing what they are preaching. They will come out to defend that thing they left and run away and be seeing different things here. There's a church here in Austria that I'm living. Their pastor is working, most of the time is a night shift. And if that man work night shift on Saturday, they will make a poster on the door. I am not going to have mass today because I work in the night. I'm not going to come out to the church today. People understand it. It's like a hobby where people can go and it's just a discussion classes. But in Africa, it is where to go to somewhere. They want to go to heaven. Just like Sadhu said that you repeated. If you know that there's a better place for you, why are you waiting? Why are you delaying? That this thing has made a lot of people to destroy this place, because you told people there's a better place more than this place you are living. For example, you told me that there's a better place for me to stay. That here is vanity upon vanity. Why would I follow you to get freedom? What am I looking for freedom for? Well, I said there's a freedom for me somewhere. Why am I wasting my energy and resources? So this is something that we have to thank our leader. He started this move. For many of us, they don't know. The thing is that they don't pay attention to him. But I love the way he used idea to bring everybody together. I see that he used what is called systematic approach. Gather us together. At this moment, we have locked door. Everybody must listen to that information. Nobody will escape it. We are going to continue preaching this gospel, and the only advice I also have to give us, including myself, we must make sure we don't miss the target. They want us to make it a personal agitation. They want us to make it a personal issue, so that you leave the subject matter and begin to attack on one another. All we are saying is that our way of life must be protected. We must go back to our roots. Even the reverend pastors now, the one championing our cause. They are the ones speaking in favor of what we are saying because it has hit them. It is called reality. Our brother at home, Matthias, says that the guy has been trying his best. He's not an IPOB member. Just to tell people that we don't care whether you're an IPOB member or you're not. Once you see something that is good, we promote it. That is how to know a nation, that people that have something people that have something to progress in a nation. You don't wait when your person is speaking the truth before you support the person. We have a lot of us that are not into the struggle, but are doing a marvelous job. Matthias has been arrested. Why? Because he's preaching. Now there's a slaughtering that you just explained this evening that takes place. I think is in Plateau or so. Nobody have gone there to sue people to court. They have never dragged anybody for killing innocent Christians. The reason why I am urging everybody to follow suit, it is because we want to be brave. We want something that will make us to be tough mentally. We want not to be afraid of anybody because this is what they put in us, that we are afraid of Islamization. Everybody they want to Islamize us. It will not happen. Why? Because they've understood that the religion you're having, it is not too for that like them. We need to be stronger. We need to show them that thing they know how to do, we know how to do best. You will now begin to see that no more coming in our land to say, I want to Islamize you people. We are not Christians. I have to say it. We are Biafrans. And the moment we understand it, the better for us. No amount of emotional drama, no amount of castigation on social media, going it on ground, can stop this cause. It has come to stay. And we are the projectors. We are going to control projecting it until we get what we are looking for. If we can be able to make ourselves, very viable in way of our thinking, Biafra is just a stone throw, because the Biafra we are looking for is all about enlightenment. Now, when this issue of Mazi Jonathan abduction, come on, the woman that started putting allegation, called Nelofebu, people have forgotten that woman. That woman is telling us it's Elohim. Can you now begin to see how religion have come into Christianity? It's Elohim that gave her inspiration that DOS has failed already. And forgetting that Ikenna Sanwo-Olu are calling to become part of your new movement is also part of the DOS. That we have to pray for Chukwu Obiama to forgive DOS. Where are that woman today? She's nowhere to be found. A lot of things have happened in this struggle that we need to learn our lesson. Like I said, I don't want to overflow issues. In summary, Biafra is our religion, and Radio Biafra is where we worship. I rest my case.
Mazi, before you go, there is something that people used to raise up when they see us talk about going back to who we are, going back to our roots. Some shallow-minded people are telling, you go back to living in the forest, to doing this. They talk about archaic things. Are you going to go start staying in a hut, as in 18th century? And I used to laugh at the ignorance of people because if I want to give just a guideline so that you also talk about it, I used to say, going back to our roots, it doesn't mean that our root is the best in the world
at all.
We're not doing it because it is the best, the best of best. No. But one thing is, it is our thing. It is our pride. Anywhere there is fault, we need to also collectively repair it, because if we abandon it, bad people will invade it and you'll be using it in a bad way. That is what our people don't do.
Exactly.
So, just like, for example, the way we run away from our villages, even to cities, to abroad, everything, you see that mostly in our villages today, you see many people that are bad people are hanging around, doing bad things. That is why kidnapping and everything is rampant. But had it been that we go nowhere, there are factories and all of us are there, growing up, people working, doing different things, you see that any person that rises up to do something bad, we collectively as women now bring the person down. Because it is our thing, it's our pride, it's our place, it's our home, it's our community, it's our village. But once we go out, everybody run away. Now, those that are there will start, you as an individual, from where you are, bro. You'll be building mansion, another person will be building. The people that are there that cannot do anything, now they turn into bad thing. You understand? So I want you to talk about it. When people say going back to church, I guy, you want us to start going to kill this thing in shrine, very filthy, which is a shallow mindedness. Can you just talk about it a bit before I continue with the other calls?
Exactly. Thank you very much for bringing that. I think I'm also part of those that are championing going back to our root. I think this question has come up in different ways. This is just they want to play on our emotion. Like you said, I don't want to mention names. I have to also respect that our sister. They started about are we going back to where we eat human being? Are we going back to start eating human being? What I asked her is that how many human beings does their father eat? And then she can't answer that question because sometimes they don't know what is ancestors. I think this is where they are getting it wrong. Ancestors is like me and you. There will be a time we'll be normal. What is our contribution towards the development of our land? When we talk about ancestors, it does not mean that all our ancestors are angels, but we need to give them that respect. At least they have been part of, because without them, there will be nothing like us. So now, going back to our root is all about embracing who we are. That we are someone, we are some people before our way of life were invaded by those who came to give us their own. We condemn evil anywhere we see it. Some of them that know me, I have been battling with some criminals who call themselves native doctors, and here's why. If we are only here to say go back to our root, because some of them, when you talk about go back to our root, they say you want to chase out Christianity and then bring your own, and then because Christianity come and stop slavery. They came and stopped the killing of our twin baby. They came and stopped the killing of 7 virgins. These are concordant stories given to them. They can't even ask themselves questions. These people, we are putting all these beautiful things that they did to us. They do this one. We hear that they do it. Can't they compare it with the present condition? How many of them will be then allowed to come to their land free without passing through a very rigorous method of in the name of they are looking for visa? Some of them will apply. They will eat their money. They will not give them visa. The people that gave you all these things, you are claiming that they love you. They come and stop killing of this one. They come ordinarily to come and even wash plate in their land. You are finding it difficult. So now, going back to our root is to return to who we are. Learn how to love one another. Learn how to respect people. Learn how to begin to appreciate and at the same time to see for your well-being of your brother. In this struggle, we have a motto on the one marble also. Those things are the things that have been there before, but now it's no more. Why? Because Holy Ghost fire is there. Remembering that that your neighbor living closer to you is thinking on how to kill you. They are creating invisible enemies which were not there before. I remember I was not there, but at least I have seen a lot of pictures that in those days you will go to a marketplace, you will see people, what their goods will be left there, they will go back home. Then nothing like I want to lock it in a shop, I want to lock it with a padlock. Things will be there. I have witnessed this in Edo State. I have to be honest, because that's I served in Edo State. I did my NYC there. There's a place called Orion. It's an interior village. And when I saw tomatoes on the table, I saw some of the goods. I said, does this thing still exist? To tell you that religion really did, especially Christianity, horrible things in our land, especially Igbo-speaking Biafra. If we have restored that our own way of life, the criminality that we're seeing today will not be there. The religion came and began to project greedy and jealousy. Everything is that they will tell you that your neighbor is the reason why you are not progressing. And to make it also clear, some of them are against us that why are we even talking about religious leaders and leave the government alone? They don't know that the government is the religious leader they are seeing, because they blind the people's eye from not knowing where the problem is coming from. The bigger problem we are seeing is religious leaders. Because if you remove religious leaders out of this screen, their eyes and brain will be open. Now they begin to go to who is making them not to progress. Let me not divert. Going back to our root, it is how to going back to our root is going back to where we used to do things before, learning how to love one another, learning also how to do things in proper way that also going to be applicable to the current situation. When we see things that are not good, even in that our tradition, we will condemn it. Whatever we see that is not good, we will condemn it. There's a lot of things that have become a norm that we are not challenged. People see it today as our tradition. They are not. All these people that are coming out on social media today, 2 years of mine, if we leave them in the next generation that is to come, people will see it as our tradition. It is not. That is why an adage in our place said, the way we are castigating the religious leaders is also the way we are castigating criminals, masquerading themselves as native doctors. You can see that this time around they have reduced. Before was the other one reading, it is everywhere. The people are manufacturing different kit. You will see a small gain of 20 years. We wear eyelashes to create mirrors and wine. I'm as a one in those days. For eyelashes, you wear eyelashes, so go on a minute with the Fanta and maybe buying a granite. All these things as a result of poverty. There's no job. If there's employment, nobody have time for church. And that is why we came. Some of us don't know what is, like you are asking also, what is Biafra is our religion. The same thing Mazi Jonathan proclaim that. It is also for our own well-being. Because the moment you acknowledge who you are, the moment you embrace yourself, you begin to love yourself. And the moment you have a love over who you are, you begin to have that mind to begin to do good to our people. You begin to see love. I witness love in this struggle. That is why I can never be alive to allow IPOB to die down. IPOB is the only family that I have. When I even had my wedding here, they are the one everywhere. People were asking me, who are they? I said they are my family members. You know, what people don't understand, when you call family, but what people always think that they are direct, maybe from the same mother. They don't have that love we have in us. That is why in this country, they practice only nuclear family. They don't have extended family. They don't even care for their own people. They're on their own. It is just that because they have a law that they follow. That is why you see them progressing, because they are a respecter of law. I agree on that one. That is why you see them, others are benefiting. But when you come to our land, we learn how to help others. We learn how to care for one another. In those days, people even, I remember in my village, that was one particular man that when children see him coming, everybody be running. Because he will ask you, what have you done today to your mother? Have you gone to water? Have you fetched firewood? These are the things that were there before. People do what I call they don't collect money. Now I want to come and help you in your own. Maybe during my own time you come. Under some minutes, you finish your job. The only thing your mother will do is to cook food and bring to them. And they will eat happily together. Nothing like, I want to poison me. These are the things we are seeing today. And to be honest, we are going back to our roots. Going back to the way we used to do things before. Going back to know how to love ourselves. Going back to the way we drive away superstitiousness. This is another thing that is destroying us. And to be honest, our brother Jonathan, the job is deep. Because it's only IPO that is championing it. They are destroying our land. The movie industry is a horrible one altogether. The movie industry are projecting nonsense to our people. Somebody will bring a native doctor, bring a pastor. Before you know it, a native doctor will fall on the ground because a pastor is praying with the Bible. Then you go to the one they call themselves musicians, the same thing. What they are projecting is money. 1 billion in my account. Even they are now want to take it into our traditional music. Oh, that's the one that I hear 1 billion naira, 1 B is a music. So you now begin to see that a lot of factors contributed to our downfall. I remember people like Sawario, the music they sing, sometimes you calm down, it is talking to you. It's just like a reggae, a music of inspiration, a music that brings everybody together, a music that care for one another. But those things are no more. They are no more. So that is why things are very, very hard. Are you talking about religious leaders? What they are preaching is prosperity. Everywhere they propose us. We are in a very, very big mess. And that's why we are not going to the length. We will continue speaking until they start speaking. That is how I think that's all I have to say.
There were Mazi and continue in what you are doing. That's it. There were Mazi.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
We must continue. I have callers that have been lining up, that has lined up. Caller on, let me see who has been there. Caller on Mazi Chinedu Obiuku. You have been there since 30 minutes plus. Please start by telling us who you are and where you're coming from.
Good evening, Mazi.
There were Mazi.
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Jonathan.
There were.
Yeah, may Elohim bless you. My name is Mazi Chinedu Obiuku. I am calling from my location in my mother's land. Mazi, in fact, your topic this night is awesome. Mazi, see this kind of religion here in Biafra land. Some of us, even some of our principal officers, I told somebody, how can I go with war with you? I am going war with Chuko Kadama. You are going war with Maria Dianso, or you are going war when I call my ancestors. You call Saint Joseph Dianso. You know, sometimes this kind of religion they give us here is the thing that they destroyed our brain. Mazi, but they can what agree from childhood go back to akwụkwọ na-ekuziri na mmadụ bụ monkey ọgụgụda akwụkwọ weto n'ọnwa ya mmadụ abịazie na-agwazi m na akwụkwọ a dị wrong ọ ga-esi ike ghọta Mazi Chino a na-ebido from amụ nwa bidogodi from ka akpọrọ scapula tablet from tablet that person wey go there they get na that this thing all the one called the Pentecostals Mazi ndị a nara people need fan nara people need. Okay, when you are talking about going back to our root before Mazi arụsị ụlọ ndị gboo ha na-agba fence ndị gboo ada agba fence na oge gboo Mazi ihe eji nwa ụmụada abụrụ ishokesi ma onye nwụ tii gbara mmadụ nwụọ n'obodo ụmụada na-ebute nkụ bute mmiri and ada esi ekwu ọkụ na family onye nwụrụ maka ihe ike mere anyị mmadụ pụrụ be ha na-esi na ama kwee na ụmụnne enye aka rie mana ọ bụrụ ụzọ ọda ya going back to our root mana ikwuo ya ụfọdụ eche going back to our root ibe na ala Biafra today some of ụmụ nwaanyị gbajuo nkwụ asị gbajuo isi ka ego ahụ n'isi nke fere ọsị gị na ya wee eze nwaanyị na-ezuzugharị agwara mfa Nnamdi Kanu mere ka mmadụ na onye bụ eze na ala Igbo bụ Chukwu Okike Abịama then ọ bụrụ na Chukwu Okike Abịama bụ eze anyị ha kọm ebe eze nwaanyị kọm enwere eze nwaanyị na ala Igbo ihe a niile bụ ara ka fa na-apụ ara ebe ara junction niile a na-achụzi abịa oke onye na-eme eze nwaanyị fanta iji achọ aja ọ bụrụ gụ arụpụtara ya onye ọka rụrụ ya ma ọsọ mbọdị rụrụ ya mmụọ ọzọ rụrụ fanta iji achọ aja ọzọ fanta iji achọ aja biskit iji achọ aja onye ọwa ime primitive belief ma ọ bụrụ na ị na-eje some teaching ya ha believe ụmụ fetish something na-enwere isi otu aka ọ dịkwa ya Mazi ịma ndị so struggle ka ya afụ mmadụ ọ sị gị na ya dibịa gị na nwanne ya emekọ ihe mekọ something na disapị ọ na-anya isi na ya dibịa na ya akụcha ike na ya were ihe ihe eji koche nwanne dị chere ekoche ndị Fulani ma ndị Yoruba ike ọ ga-emenwu ya kama o jebe akọtụ ndị Yoruba Mazi otu ihe na-ekwukwe religion otu aka nta our people say ba different cultures na ala Yoruba different cultures in Egypt different cultures in otu aka ha si baa everywhere akpọgasịta mana enwere onye nde recognize nwu nke ya isi ya ka ọ gaa na nke gosi nke Chukwu debere nna ya ọsị gị na ọ arụsị mana ọ ga-eje join arụsị ndị Yoruba enye ego osoroje meeting ndị Ogbonu osoroje meeting ndị lọji osoroje meeting ndị Kanga mana ọ mesoje meeting nke ndị ụmụ na ebe ọsị gị na nke ya gbara arụsị. So that is the problem anyway. But we have come and we have come. There is time for everything. Everything. In our time of truth. I'm not surprised when, like my brother saying there, this gay marriage, Mazi, when they ready to do it here. No matter how broke culture, so what can I work with? See, and then when you eat it, or the nana, no menana, but he was not arrow, or bro menana. On the way you can't walk down or broadenana, or the nana dice, or menana dice. Most of them here na bari na habu dibia aruma na kana aro na go mandi nezuri na ndi na ja tidla ko made ogu owa anaka ha na aro mana mmadụ bi ọsọ gị na na kifro ọkpanzu na anya kifro ọkpanzu na aka gba aka na aka na-ezuzu arịsị ọ na-eme omenala otu anyị si agwa ndị ụka ka anyị si agwa ndị omenala bụkwa na aka enwe n'ofe unu bụ arụ ọ bụrụ ihe unu na-eme abụrụ omenala anyị ịzọ mmadụ bụ ihe bụ omenala Igbo igbu mmadụ abụrụ omenala Igbo ịkwụ ọgwụ abụrụ omenala Igbo ịgwụ ọgwụ kepụ nwaanyị nwa n'afọ bụrụ omenala Igbo mana ife all of them otu akụsi ndị ụka otu akụsi dibịa nke ekwe na dibịa nka dibịa nke ekwe na dibịa nka na-eme all the same thing n'ụlọ ụka onye Catholic egwe onye Anglican ekwere onye Assemblies of God onye Assemblies of God ekwere onye Deeper Life ekwere onye using of madness the same thing all the same thing ka ha na-eme mana the truth have come. Nwere egbu Nnamdi Kanu is the savior and everybody judgment na adị n'isi onye ọba ma mụwa ma okeke ma afụ afụ ma ndị ji Biafra struggle eme business unu ya fụ ihe unu mere onwe unu Monday no get the house again him like in the of Elohim Slad USA disappointed. O take it from 40 beer house again. I walk way back. Okay, some take up man like this atonka. It's like to Futuku. But I do what to Futuku. No sister, it's all tablet over. Don't keep it, Maria. How many masters you were? And I check up away on. It is look, I just walk I don't know. I just walk up and I don't a message in it to more to it. One auto tabal. You should over. You put just a quality up. So, this is all good as all time is hour because you want a woman like this hour of good. What a more to go gather. It's a what a more St. Joseph, what a more St. Christopher. With confusions everywhere. Mana, this time around, I knew you gave me, I knew me I know one and all. Still cool soon in and to go gather upon time. Mazi Jonathan, may him bless you. God bless you.
Let us also not deviate from the question that we should be discussing. What do you understand by Biafra being our religion, as it is always portrayed here on Radio Biafra, even by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Every time that is what he used in closing the program. Biafra is our religion. What is your understanding of this statement? Or is it just a mere statement? I want you to tell the whole world. Tell us what you understand. What is your view? What you understand by Biafra is our religion. Caller on direct line. Let me go to caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Jonathan. That's what we can do. I try to make.
Mazi, go on now. Go on. Go on.
Our God is the one. We can our God. Yes. It's our religion. Mazi Jonathan. Laptop ma. One them. We're taking our oil, becoming president, army on staff, holding our own leader. We will go. That's how I look at the president. We don't relate up to this person. I don't separate the dollar, but every person in Biafra, like every PG, if you are not bring up, we are happy. Because that's the capital. Can't take on a touch in that. I will go to like about two carriage in there. Can I cut our house of phone? Very. That's a ticket to the limit. How long will the question? And how to look it? We get it. Let's the print contribute. And I want to sick. Then I put it in our guitar. Then I put the of terrorism. Then the see the killing. Over there and some people. Then you go. I the terrorist said that I got it back again. I still have government. But our legislative in Africa, federal government of Nigeria, anything more, that time, the vote is Nigeria.
Mazi, I don't know why this thing is not clear, but it's gone. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on signal.
Mazi Jonathan, good evening, sir.
There, wo Mazi, you don't reggae. There, wo.
You don't reggae, Mazi. My name is Mazi Ifeanyi. Mazi Ifeanyi calling from his location. May God bless our leader. Our leader will live and see Biafra. May God bless our HODs. May God bless our all IPOB media warriors. Mazi Jonathan, my God bless you. Mazi Jonathan, your topic this night says, what do we understand by Biafra is our religion? Yes, Mazi. Biafra is our religion. Indeed. Mazi, most of our people that is in a diaspora, they never understood or understand what our leader mean by the Biafra is our religion. Mazi, because I believe that sometimes they need to think deeply. Most of them never even went to protest with our leader. Mazi, I'm on ground. I can remember when we went to Abakaleke. I can remember when we went to Iguacha. I can remember when we went to our leader come to Onitsha. Omaba precisely. I could remember when our leader went to Ekurobia. Mazi is very, very wonderful. Mazi, could you believe that even if your pin fall down, people will pick it up and start asking who has this thing, who owns this thing, who is the owner of this thing? Because people believe, because Biafra is our religion, and the people are ready to die for what they believe. All these our people that is trying to divert, that is trying to make something where there's nothing, trying to tell the world that people want to push them out from Christianity or whatever they believe. I don't understand you people, because as long as I'm concerned that you can never be able to die for what you believe, Christianity, call it your ordinala, call it your menala, you are deceiving yourself. Biafra is our religion, and that is why we are ready to die because of Biafra. Mazi, what happened last time? We have had many stories of people trying to, refuse to go to heaven, and use money to change their life. But Mazi, we have had many stories. So-called people that believe in whatever they believe, call it religion. They are deceiving our people and tell them to prepare your way on the heaven. Why most of them are driving private jets? If we ask them to die because of that thing which gives them private jet, they will refuse to die. I don't understand. If we don't know that Biafra is a religion, like as our leader said, if you know that it can never force for Biafra, you are now talking about maybe trying to divert attention, that people want to push out from religion, or people want to intervene with the in fact, you better quit from this great family, because you get nothing. As our neighbors of that child before Zobute, let my people think Biafra is only what we have. Our leader said that when Biafra comes, you can worship whatever you want to worship. I know why I use these things as instances, because it happened to my presence. Somebody's phone will fall down in the process of our protest with our leader. you see people picking it up, asking who is this. Mas, you go to church and drop your phone. Mas, go to church and drop your money. Or miss here. Go to church and drop even your Sunday, even they're stealing Bible in the church. What are you telling me? Mas, I'm not happy when our people start in something that is nothing, it does not mean anything to me. I don't feel happy with it. Let's focus. Let's not lose attention. Biafra is our religion. Just take it or leave it. If you're on the ground following our leader to all the whole protest that our leader went, you will believe with me that Biafra is everything. It's a religion because people focus to have freedom. And that is why if anything of you fall down, you see people. But Mazi, you see somebody buying a food. You will see many people gathering, using one spoon and taking that food. When we went to Ekurobia, Mazi, in fact, Mazi, may God bless you. We must continue preaching to them. Biafra is our religion, whether you like it or not. If you don't know what our leader means by Biafra is our religion, step aside. Step aside. Can you differ? Mazi, good night from here. Good night from here. Good night.
We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi Chiku, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, Mazi Jonathan.
There were Mazi.
My name is Chukwemanu. I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, Mazi Jonathan, as always. I greet my leader and our leader, Mazi Namdekano, the man who set up this platform to expose so many evil that was hidden under the roof of heaven. I greet you once again. Yes, Biafra is my religion. Why? Biafra believe on truth, which Bible said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That is Biafra. Biafra is Onumbewa Nabalonso. Onumbewa Nabalonso. You have to fight to defend your people. That is Biafra. One thing is this. Some of us who have started journey all the way from 1950, we saw that time between 50 to 60, between 60 to 66. What happened? Before the war and after the war. All these people that was born after the war, many of them don't know anything. What has happened on their back? When there is love, everything is very normal. I saw my grandfather. I don't have all the whole time to explain many things. I don't have all the whole time. So for somebody to come here defending Christianity or defending Muslim in Nigeria, it's just like you can see somebody defending Nigeria up to this extent. When you see Nigeria as a country, as they call it, and you see somebody defending it by now, you're sorry for black race. Just like the same thing that somebody is defending religion. If you go to church tomorrow in Aba, in Nigeria, as you go, what we be hearing is pay your tithe and offering. Bring the 5,000. You can see one idiot will come from nowhere as a man of God and say he needs 100 people, depends on the size of the church, 100 people that can bring 5,000. Let him pray for them. That he has gone so places and pray and so do this and do that, and those people get visa and travel, and those are short cut many rubbish, and we see the suffering youth. They will line up with the 5,000 to pray for them. He will call another group to 2,000. He will call another group 1,000. He will call another group 500. What am I saying? The hell in Nigeria, nobody can. It is very deep to explain. Biafra is truth. Is truth. What you see with your eyes, you believe on it. Not you are believing that when you die, you are going somewhere. Instead of what you are seeing here on earth, which is good governance, which the white people have seen and implement it, and people are seeing it. What baffles me is that some people, foolish Igbo people, who are the most victim in Nigeria, are still defending nothing they call religion. The worst thing that happened to Igbo race in Nigeria is religion. Because if anybody open a church, Igbo people will be 70-80% on it. Go to Deeper Life. Go to Redeemed Christian Church. Go to all the whole Yoruba church. Igbo people are there paying tithe and going to do all manner of all this nonsense. But can any of them go to Tinubu or Sanwo-Olu, all those big comers, and told them, this thing you are doing is against the will of God? Why are you pulling people's wealth, houses down? Burning people's market? It is not of God. They cannot say it. They cannot defend Igbo people in Lagos, in anywhere. But Igbo people are so stupid, going to their churches, believing in all angles. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. If our age between 50 to now, some of us who are alive, who would have sold then and now, if we left, what will happen to all these people that was born after the war? Because they have nothing, they cannot reason. What makes you a human being is the way you reason. If you are doing one thing at a particular time, you will sit down one day, start to ask yourself questions. This religion, Christianity, since you are seeing it as a religion and they go to church, is it changing people who are evil to be a good person? When you think to that way, then you know you are a human being. If you cannot think to that extent, you are not. All the criminals in Nigeria, being senators, being governors, being House of Representatives, being even man of God, they call themselves, these people who are in Nigeria, who cannot condemn evil. Okay, tomorrow is church. You talk about those people that were killed in Plateau State. They say they are Christian. And nobody is asking of them. Now, why am I busy going to church? If I be killed, the so-called Christian Association and all the evil bishops, None of them can say anything. What they are busy is their pocket to reach themselves. Why must I go to church? To do what? To go to heaven? Nonsense. I don't know how long black people will reason. After listening to our leader for over 10 years, these foolish people cannot reason.
Thank you.
Mazi Jonathan, I greet you once again. I greet all the DOS who are working hard for this movement. Will be your strength. Thank you, and all hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. We are slowly winding towards the end of the program, but remember what I am asking for us to learn, what you think about Biafra being our religion. And I could make out what some comrades have said. It is worth dying for. It is number one. You know, it should be number one thing in our life. Therefore, let me pick just a few more calls before I conclude, please. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line, please go on.
I am radiating from Biafra land. Yes, Biafra is my religion. What is religion? Religion is a means of communication to God by individuals depending on their environment, culture, language and tradition. Fortunately, I have found myself in this part of the world called Biafra. My language is Igbo, Biafra language. Yes, my culture is Biafran. My tradition is Biafran, different from other cultures, traditions, and beliefs. And through all these, Yahweh, God, Chukwokika Biama, communicates with me, and vice. That is the reason why I say Biafra is my religion, my culture, my heritage, my pride, and my nation. God knows me because I am in this part of the world called Biafra. Thank you very much, and may God bless my Lord and my Savior, Chukwokika Biama, who is my Savior in this Biafra. No other person is my Savior and my Lord except Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you very much and good night.
There were Mazi. Thank you. We are gathering our different opinions on what we understand by this phrase, Biafra is our religion. I have callers already also there. I have a caller, Mazi Joe Agafe. Can you hear me, Mazi? Can you hear me? Mazi, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi.
There, well, please go on. Go on, please.
Okay. Mazi, the question tonight is what is the correlation of our religion being called Biafra? Biafra is our religion, and I want our people to understand this. Let me read out something for them to, understand. It says, first, culture can influence what religious beliefs we hold. Culture. Second, culture can shape how we practice our religion. And third, culture can impact the way we think about and experience religious concepts like praying and performing rituals. Now, there's this question: what is the similarity between religion and culture? For example, the anthropologist Clifford Gates famously described religion as a cultural system composed of myths, rituals, symbols, and beliefs created by humans as a way of giving our individual and collective life a sense of meaning. Mazi, you see, this thing I read out now is very simple. Biafra is our culture. Biafra is our religion. Christianity, before they made it a religion, it was the culture of Rome that gave birth to Christianity as a religion. Because the first set of bishops that the Catholic Church had were pagans. They were pagan priests. They now swapped from their paganism into coming into Christianity. But they came along with all their pagan cultural practices into the church, into the religion. For instance, when they were pagans, they had a lot of statues of their Roman deities that they worship. They brought it inside the church, inside the Catholic Church. That's why in Catholic Church they have sculptures that they bow to. It was like that during the pagan era. So I want our people to understand that our Omenala Ordinary is our culture. It is also our religion. We cannot run away from it. Okay. For instance, now we have an Igbo person bearing Peter Okechukwu or Peter Modi. Now he's bearing Peter, but his surname is Modi. Can he reject that his surname? Can he reject his ancestors' foods that he has been eating that they brought out for him? Can he reject the land, the sand of his place? But it will be easier for them to practice the culture of another people, which those people turned into their own religion. We cannot run away from the fact that Biafra is us. Biafra lives in us. Biafra is our ideology. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our culture. Biafra is in our DNA. Look at what that pastor was saying, Mazi, and that is the truth. Our people don't know this period that we are in is the Aquarian age, the Aquarius age, where we are beginning to be the awakening has taken over all of us. We are beginning to ask questions. We are beginning to want to know, why was this like this? Sometimes I'm even shocked that so many Christians, especially Catholics, don't even know what King Leopold did to Belgium and to Congolese, where he killed over 10 million of them, and they are Catholics, but they don't know about the Crusades, how the Crusaders killed out the black indigenous people in Jerusalem, and they say they are Catholics. All these knights that are in the Catholic Church, did you know how they came about? Those knights were those people during the Crusades war that killed Africans, and Africans are so proud to say they are Knights of Molumba. Do they know the history of the Knights of Molumba or different knights that they don't know? These are the people that killed. They enforced Christianity on the indigenous people. People that did not believe that Christ was this or that. Mazi, our people should learn to ask questions. Dalo Mazi.
I don't know. People are deviating from the question or this thing we're supposed to. What do you think? What do you understand by Biafra is our religion? Very simple. Now you expatiate it on your own, but the people are highly deviating, honestly speaking. I want us to, because when this thing that we have been reiterating here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying it at the conclusion of every of his teachings, expose, he will say Biafra is our religion. He added that here on Radio Biafra we worship. So I want people to just tell me or tell the whole world listening what you understand by this statement. That is it. Let me go to take these two callers to be the last call or the last callers. Caller on caller on WhatsApp, please unmute yourself. You think you'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me, please? What do you understand by Biafra is our religion? Go on, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Jonathan Chinedu. My name is Mazi Jonathan, calling from my very location. That very question you asked about what do we mean by Biafra is our religion?
What do you think?
Is a very simple
understand? Question. What do you understand by that statement?
Yes, what I understood that Biafra is our religion, I will start from somewhere. Biafra is our religion, to my own very understanding, means ideology. Means ideology. And I want to take it also, I want to expatiate it. When you think about what is ideology, if you can read through Wikipedia, ideology is a set of belief or philosophy contributed to a person or group of persons. Now, there are three things I'm going to mention here, Mazi Jonathan, which when we bring all of them together, anybody that go through it can understand the meaning of Biafra is our religion. Like I said before, Biafra is our religion means ideology. Now, when you talk about ideology, it's all about a set of a belief system contributed by a person or group of people. Now I move to drive. I'm going to talk about drive. I'm going to talk about culture. Then we now come to the religion. When you talk about ideology, it's a set of belief system or philosophy contributed by a group of people or a person. And when we come to drive system, it means obtaining something from a special source, which is obtaining something, a drive, something that drives you from a special source, which is that very ideology that I spoke about. Now, somebody spoke about culture and I want to relate it to culture. Then it says, I'm reading from also Wikipedia, it says, culture, the art and other manifestations of human intellectual achievements regarded collectively. Maza, am I coming out? Noise is
You are.
Thank you. So, when we talk about culture, if I read from Wikipedia also, it says, culture is a concept that encompasses the social behavior, institution, and the norms found in human society, as well as knowledge, belief, acts, law, custom, capabilities, and habits of the individual in that group. Now, when you bring these three things together, I talk about the ideology, I talk about the drive system, and culture. When you put this together, you see that the source of everything is the ideology. And when religion itself is an ideology, like Christianity religion is people's culture, and it's an ideology of a group of people. It's a culture of the people, and there is action word of a drive that move it. So Biafra is our religion
Biafra is our religion, meaning the ideology of a people. Ideology of a people of Biafra. So that is what I can explain to my own understanding what Biafra being a religion to us means. Is an ideology that we all gather and believe and move it with a drive system which has become our culture. Thank you, Mazi Jonathan. I don't want to go very far.
Thank you. Biafra is an ideology, our religion, which means is our ideology. And you know how deep-rooted an ideology is. I will go to the last caller. Caller on signal. Mazi Michael, I think. Can you hear me? Please make it as brief as you could. Go on, please, Mazi.
Yes, sir.
There, Mazi, welcome to the program.
Yes, yeah. Compliments of the season as we head towards the new year, according to the Gregorian calendar, which happens to be the one we are using for the moment. Of course, yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah, your question tonight is a very beautiful one. Asking that, what do you understand by the term Biafra is our religion? Yes, please, I will just want to be brief as much as I can, and I pray for your audience and permission. First of all, that word Biafra is our religion was a very high code Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kalu was using to portray some information to us. It was a prophetic code. Let me use that term, prophetic code. And at this moment, that is why in the movement and those people outside the movement are now acting upon that code, and they are achieving many things. I know you understand what I said now. That is why I had to use the word code. I know, because more Biafra than China I need. Yes, so that is one of the reasons why that thing Biafra is our religion. So let me now go straight. Now, Biafra is our religion simply tells you who you are before they made you to believe, because nobody is a Christian. We only believe in the Christian ideology. If you open the DNA of a Yoruba man, it doesn't read Christianity, neither does he read Islam. It only reads that his ancestry, progenitors, and his future are Yorubas. You understand? So the same thing applies to we as Igbo people, or as Biafra, as Ndibo. So before you were indoctrinated or lured into any kind of belief system, you were first a Biafran. So that makes Biafra our religion. You understand? Because you were first, before you become Christian, you never became Christian, before you start believing in the Christian ideology or Islam ideology or Hindu's ideology, you were first a Biafran. So that is number one thing that makes Biafra our religion. Then another thing that makes Biafra our religion is Ana. Ordinana and omenana. It's just like as Mazi Metusela said on this platform, that when the Onyishinde church brought about gay, the Western world were celebrating it. Why in some parts of Africa we're against it? Why? Because it is not our culture. It is not rooted in our land. It is not part of us. You see, so that's those things that our land respects, those things that is an abomination in our land. You understand? And if you check in different lands, that thing is a unifying, and it is a unique. That alone also makes that land a religion. So it also makes Biafra our religion. Then another thing that makes Biafra a religion is the ideology, or is that thing that projects love, unity, and protecting our own identity as a people. Now, as a result of conquest and colonization, we have myriads of religion in our land. We have Christianity, you have Hindus, you have Ekanka, you have Amok, you have Oboni, you have many of them. And these things with their different denomination and everything is causing a lot of mental and psychological and even physical division, and making us to war amongst ourselves. But when we come to realize that Biafra is a religion, you will not know that this thing goes above those Ekanka, Christianity, Islam. So it is now a love, a binding force that unifies us together. Whether you are into anything, that's Biafra, our religion, is a way of bringing us together. It's a way of binding us into one central ideology. You understand? And also protecting our identity as an Igbo man, or as an Irobo man, or as an Igala man, or as a Ijo man. Now, there is this one of these mystics called Sadhguru. He said there was something he said recently, and that has a little to do with superstition. That is why I want to touch it, because these are all ideologies of people. He said something. He said mystic, that is mysteries or mysterious things. Mystic cannot be understood, but can be perceived and experienced. Now, there are things that when you do in Igbo land, the land, let me give you an example. If you go and kill an innocent person in Igbo land, Ajana Betibonya. In ancient time, there are many things you don't do. You see, if you want to explain that thing, there is no logic or mathematics or philosophy or common sense that can explain it. So that now takes you to what? To perceive. You now would know that in this land, you perceive that, so, like this gay, or like in our village, if you commit suicide, they don't bury you. They will throw you in an evil forest or somewhere. So, because they perceived in this land that the land abhors such things. So now, making Biafra our religion will now make us to be able to bring out those things that our holy land abhors, brings it to live light, and now make it for people to be aware of it, and people will now start obeying it, and that Unswana and the Umenala will now be very active. And it will now help the principalities and the forces of our land to help us to become more advanced or more better people. You see, so these things together makes Biafra what our religion. Let me just use this to conclude, please. I still have things to say, but let me leave all that. There is this thing they call Ofonogu in Biafra land. What is Ofo? Ofo is simply a constitution of a people. That is, to my own understanding, that was a kind of a people can come looking at their land and also and their spirituality. They may come together and now say, okay, these are things we allow and these are things we don't allow. Then they will now ritualize it into what is called Ofo. Then when you disobey that thing, the people of that community will know you have gone against the constitution of the land. They will also pursue you. So this thing coming together makes Biafra our religion and unifies us and gives us a direction and a path to follow. Thank you very much for giving me this great opportunity, and I pray Jesus for Yabuchuko Kika Abiyama continue to lead us in this path of righteousness. He say.
The woman say, thank you very much. This is where I'm going to switch off the phones, please. I will not take any more calls, please. Yes, we have heard what many of us have spoken. Yes, people are still calling, but I cannot take all the calls. It's not easy. I've been here 3 hours plus. As I said, Biafra is our religion. It is what you have been hearing here on Radio Biafra right from the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this hallowed platform. Every day by day, he used to say it. But it needs, more concentration and deep thought in order to understand or think about the deep meaning of the statement. Religion is a unifying factor. Religion is an ideology, as our brother have said. Religion is a unifying factor. Religion is if not the only thing that can make you accept a total stranger as your brother, because it's about ideology. He believes what you people have the same ideology. I've seen people that are from Nigeria, they are invited to come to faraway countries like America, like any other, Australia even, by a fellow religious individual, somebody that they've not seen before, they've not met, but they invite them, and he will travel all the way to Australia, to America, from Nigeria, and everything will go well, because they believe they have one ideology. They believe in one thing. That brotherliness, that is what Biafra is. A unifying factor. It's so deep. Do you understand me? That is why, in our today's religion, it, instead of unifying us, it sectionalizes our people, so that you take the one in your denomination as your brother and others as unbelievers, which is not what I'm saying. Biafra is our religion. That is why we say IPOB, one family IPOB. It is the first thing in our lives. It is something that that is worth dying for. It is, something that nothing can provoke you into deviating or stopping. Even propaganda should not provoke you or remove you out of it, out of this struggle. That is why our binding force is just like an elastic gum. You understand? It gums us together as one people under one umbrella, and that umbrella is Biafra. It's our religion. It's a unifying factor. Brotherliness. It is what makes a person feels brotherly with a total stranger. It is an ideology. Therefore, once you accept this with your all your heart, I am telling you, nothing, no propaganda can sweep you away. No deception can sweep you out of this struggle. There is something that I see. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned since 2021. You see people falling away. You see people being lukewarm. They don't want to, they are not sure. They don't support the struggle. They don't pay their dues normally, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no more there. Which means Biafra is not your ideology. It's not your religion. You want, somebody to, let me put it, can I say, somebody that is pushing you every day, which means maybe your battery is down or your plug is down. If we go by the story of the Bible, you see the people of old ancient Israel, when they were in the wilderness, Moses went uphill in order to obtain the commandments, and The people could not no more see Moses. They don't they see because they are looking unto Moses as a is the one that is representing the God. It's them that they believe him more than even they believe of the God that Moses is telling them about. I don't know whether you understand me. That is why when Moses is no more there, they want something, to be seen, to be watching, just to be giving them that facial hope that okay, they have something at least, instead of waiting for something or somebody that they don't know again. Instead of holding that teaching, that God that Moses have been telling them, instead of anchoring everything on him, they want something to be seen. And that is exactly what happened to many of our people that didn't see Biafra as our religion. Instead, they saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their religion. And once he's temporarily out, they will be swayed. There is something that I used to say in this struggle. If you are not well rooted in this struggle by taking Biafra as your religion, I am telling you, if you have any other ulterior motive, maybe in order to gain popularity, number one, to have contacts, to get money, to have make money, you'll be swayed. You'll be easily deceived. Are you hearing me? That is the reality. Because you don't see Biafra. That Biafra you are talking, you see it very fast. You don't know that. Look, the way things are, I used to say that I'm not. I don't say that if Biafra comes tomorrow that I will not be happy. But I'm not of the people that will say, tomorrow Biafra will come. No, we can take generations. I don't care. What makes me happy is being among the people, history makers, people that when you call, they say, okay, even if once we are gone, you say, okay, there are teachings of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are people that at least you make reference to people, and you can say, oh, Mazi Jonathan also he said this. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with it. That is a legacy. It's not about you having one position or you having one. No. That is not. That is where many people are mistaken, and that is why you can easily be swayed. You see, the last broadcast by Mazi Chinedu, there's something he said. He said the stage we are going in, some of us might be knocked out. I mean, not falling, out of IPOB. No, we are in a war. Somebody might be killed. It shouldn't make or say people that remain should continue. That is a word of a strong person. The words of a hero. That is how we should see it, not what you can gain. Many of us are into this struggle about, when Biafra come, I'm going to be vie for councillorship. I will be mayor. I will vie. That is nonsense, arrant nonsense. Be content with the legacy you are laying. That is one thing. The legacy, good name is better than everything. Good name will live forever. Mandela is no more there, but his name lives forever in the hearts of people. He is not the richest person of his time. Mandela is not even rich. As a president or somebody or a former president, at his day they found out that even all his assets is not, or whether they say it's not up to $3 million, of which he can make billions. But that is not his concern. That is how we should be. To create institutions, to make things good for our generations coming, to lay good foundations, not about looking for money. I used to say it. If Igbo people use that energy, this concentration we are using in pursuing money. You know, anything you pursue with a critical mind, with a criticalness, it will any the that is rotundi bushime. You understand? And that is why individually we are getting it. We are getting money. I'll not lie to you. Because we put our maximum concentration on it. If we put the same maximum concentration on this struggle, I am telling you, we are going to get more, better and quicker results. But when it comes to our collectivity, like what we are doing, you see, many of us, we just look at it sarcastically. We've been doing it sarcastically. Nah, no time, you know. We should take Biafra as our religion. And once you take Biafra as a religion, you see that you have the passion. The passion is in you. Even if you don't have time to do some, but when you are doing it with passion. It's not because of money. You see, you see our media warriors. You see broadcasters. You see, we are not here for money. You have seen somebody, one of us that is for money. You have seen he's gone. Because a small thing brings big thing. When it was the news broke out that he was being paid, he came out on this radio. Mazi Jonathan. Let me pronounce his name. He's somebody I love, I respect. I don't know what came over him, honestly speaking. That is why you see this struggle. Once you start saying, you start collecting small thing. Where he will lead you. You know, he who pays the piper detects the tune. You might be saying, how much are they giving me? Ordinary $200 a month. What does it solve anything? Just use it to put a fuel in my car, even it cannot reach. But that thing, before you know it, that thing will be creating a void, an emptiness, which you must continue trying to fill. And with a small thing, big thing starts from small thing. I will not think if you don't understand it right from beginning. I will not think you know, when I started this broadcast, when I was trying, I know the propositions being made to me by different people from different places. Even our deputy leader talk to me, say, Mazi, I want to go on AG Bida I sponsor any law from IPOB. Say no. I tell him no. If I'm doing it, I'm not capable now. No need, because if I'm collecting anything, which means I will not be doing it. It will no more be a passion. I'll be doing it because of you know. Maybe even if it doesn't reach anything, but I cancelled it right from time. I say I'm not now. See, no, that's it. Because I know small thing, big things start from small thing. Before you know, you become derailed. That place that money is coming out from. Look at Mazi Jonathan and then look at how the loyalty switched. Because if you stop, maybe they will reveal other backyard things, which maybe they can call him and say, oh yeah, take, without nobody knowing. And you don't know that thing. I know what I'm saying. So when you look at Biafra, you take Biafra, this you know, this effort, I mean this agitation, as your religion, I am telling you, you'll be at alert. Nothing can remove you. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is renditioned, it will not deter you from continuing what you are doing. As some people are giving excuses. Nah, everywhere there's in quiet. Mazi Nnamdi, you know, and now he withdrew because they don't understand what we are in. What we are into is a fight of our time, of lifetime. You understand? So we must make Biafra our top priority. That is our religion. There is nothing again you can talk in order to maybe provoke me. Which religion? No. But when you talk about Biafra, what we are doing, that is where if you want to get me provoked, that is where. Because it's my religion. So that is what it means. We have to make it our top priority. Brotherliness. Unification. All the four corners of the globe. It should be our binding factor. And together we move. Because we cannot achieve it as individual, but collectively we will reach there. Therefore, I want each and every one of you, or every one of us, to continue preparing our mind to understand that the task ahead is tougher than what we have come. We have fought wars, IPOB. We have fought. Nigeria plan is to continue retaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Forget about what the shenanigans they are doing about Kortasi. That is for formality's sake. Because they cannot say let they keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without going to trial, without going to court. But just what they are, just for formality. That is why if I see people say, and dear S, what are you doing now? Go and remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I look at these people, either they are ignorant or mischievous. Totally mischievous. Because they don't understand the hand that is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't understand the magnanimity of the fight we are in. Where world powers have interests. Because they thought that they believe that if Biafra comes now, we can arrange ourselves and now try to negotiate for our interests. And they don't want it. They want their interest. It doesn't matter whether we perish, as we are being dispersed all over the world. That is what we become. People that are natural inventors. If we had a country, now they become shit packers in America, in Australia. All the people are, spitting on them. They are packing the sheets of all the men and women, and they are happy. UK is happy. Americans are happy. Whereas they are stealing billions of oil or dollars worth of oil every week. Natural resources everywhere. Limestone from a body. Everywhere they are exploiting and ripping our land. And they don't want us to be organized. They want everything to be in disarray. Because they know that our organizations our being organized as a country, as a nation, means everything about our lives being organized, so that we contribute our quota to the development or advancement of this world we are in. Because as things are now, we are being seen as a proselytes or sightseers or supporters club in this world, this free world we come into. Now we are just watching. We produce nothing. Everything we are using is being imported. We import it from, they make us docile, and we become docile and stupid consumers. Only they export religion free of charge, so that they keep us comfortable in our poverty level, so that you see, maybe you are being the privilege of being comfortable, making little money, you see it as a miracle. Where other countries see it is normal thing, but you now see it as a miracle. You have to pray and fast in order for you at least to buy a car, a used car. You have to work out of praying and going to church. Everything, once you get it, you say it's God give it to you. But in developed countries, it's government that is giving it to man, giving it to them. They don't regard it as anything. Do you see the situation they placed us? It's a cage. It's a program. That is what we are trying to free ourselves from. And our programmers, they don't love it. They want us to be in a perpetual cage, going round and round and thinking inside the cage. When you talk to somebody, before you know, you start quoting a book of Revelation, say this and that, say that is where they keep us. We continue being non-productive, and we import everything. you have a Tukumbo car, and you start celebrating. That is a miracle. Your pastor will use it to preach that, you see, that because you sow seed, that is why you have a breakthrough in your business. That is what they want us to be. You see, that is the cage they want us to be. Whereas is something, a new car you're supposed to as a undergraduate, even you'll be working and paying your school fees through student loan, which you'll be paying back without even knowing it when you'll be working. You sign a car, dear leather, and you'll be going on that car. It's nothing, it's normal thing, just the same way you can go to the market and buy your car and wear in our own land. You don't regard it as anything, because it's normal thing. You must wear knicker, you must wear clothes. But we have been relegated to a stage whereby we see, even ordinary second-hand car as a miracle. It's a breakthrough. Oh, praise Jesus! This person has broken through because he's consecrated giver. So God has given to him. Whereas all these things is what governments give to citizens, almost without stress, and they don't even know that the other places is regarded as a miracle. This is the cage we want to break in our mentality, and that is the type of country we want to restore, whereby we come with a sound and sanitized mindset. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Biafra remains our religion. Biafra remains our ideology. In Africa, Nigeria is a hellhole, shithole. But we want to get out of Nigeria. But we don't want to get out of Nigeria to restore another quagmire. Which, let me tell you, we never even reach that side though. But when they see that Biafra is inevitable, remember, I said that one will be the terminal stage. When Britain will see that no, Biafra becomes inevitable, we are at the terminal stage of getting a referendum. Now, do you know what the last battle? They will try to impose to us a country that will be even equal to Nigeria. Impose to us people in the leadership to be in charge of our policy makers. And that will be the terminal stage of this fight. That's why I say, the battle is still very tough ahead, because there are stages. Now they have been, since the renditioning of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they try to impose a stranger as a leader in IPOB. Do you remember when BBC promoted that experiment? That he's now in charge. He's even worse than, more dangerous than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So all these are promotions for you to accept it and say, because they know that you are very weak mentally. That you don't take Biafra as your religion. You only take what you see. So as a chaff, you can be blown by wind. Blow like this, blow like that. You don't discern. No discerning. You don't analyze. You are not a critical thinker. Because there are some questions even you shouldn't ask. There are things that once people you hear it, you use your common sense in order to value it, to analyze it, and know that you classify it to the dustbin. You don't need to even ask somebody if you're a critical thinker, because you have a focus, and the focus is Biafra, which remains our religion. Thank you for listening. We must continue in doing what we know best. Do not allow yourself to be blown out through or with propaganda. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Can you handle propaganda? But we are equal to the task. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.
That is attacking the programs on the computer. It's not allowing the program to run. If I buy a computer and I